And here we are.
We're live. Madam's playing with the thing. I love these actually ears.
They look cool, don't they?
You know who you remind me of? This, so for our younger viewers won't remember this, but Adam and Prince Charming. Prince Charming. Prince. Well, they're that sort of, yeah, exactly. That's what it reminds me of. It's so they're the 50th anniversary of Disney. So those of you that aren't familiar, Kelly, oh, you've left the tag on.
No, I've left the tag on for a reason, because I thought, you know, I didn't really want to take the tag off. I've left the tag on the other one as well, because it's the blue.
It's good you leave the tag on.
It's the blue tag. The other 50th ones that I've gotten don't have the blue tag on.
I'm surprised you don't get two, just so you can keep one with the tag on, one without the tag.
How do you know I'm not going to get two?
But they are. It's really nice, actually. Do you know what it reminds you of? When you get a suit, a posh suit or something, the inside lining, that would make such a good inside lining of a suit. I really do like those. And it's almost like would you call that like a French aristocrat's hat?
It's a pirate's hat.
Oh, it's a pirate's hat.
Yeah.
With the fluff.
Yeah. So the one that I wore on Tuesday. So if you watched our live on Tuesday, I had a set of ears on which were dedicated to Space Mountain.
Okay.
Now there's 12 in the series, and I've got the first 2. So this one is dedicated to Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Oh, hence the skulls.
Hence the skulls, and hence the pirate's hat.
Hi, Eva. How are you?
Hi, Eva. Hope you're well.
Yeah, we haven't seen you. I hope you're good. Hope you're doing well. How are things? Nice to see you.
Nice
and happy Friday.
Yes, happy Fri-yay indeed.
And I hope you had a really nice St. Patrick's Day as well.
Yeah.
We didn't get to wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day, so
did we? I can't remember what day it was. I know it's the 17th. I'm saying the day. The day. I know the day. I have plenty of Irish friends. Well, what day was it? I can't remember.
Well, let me check the calendar so I can see.
So, yeah. So
that was a Thursday. So we would have done the day after.
I don't think we did that Friday though, did we?
No, we didn't.
Were out. That's why. That I had to think on that. Yeah.
A week of conjunctivitis.
Oh no.
Oh God. How are your eyes?
Did you get medication for them?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I had conjunctivitis many years ago, and I had a really bad bout of it. And so all my eyes are really red underneath. So yeah, I had to get these drops to go into the eyes.
Yeah.
But I got it twice in a row, and I thought, oh God, don't tell this is going to be and then it just went.
Yeah.
It just went. So it's a bit. They also say you need to keep washing your pillow.
Yeah.
If you have conjunctivitis, just keep doing that as well, and keep your eye clean. Obviously, be careful how you clean your eye. Or being very down, never went on to the parade. Oh no, and that's a shame, because I did see actually on the news
2 of the set of 12. So these are part 2 of the set.
Swashbuckling.
And hopefully I will be able to get all of the 12. I just don't know when they release them.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So they do look good, I've got to say.
Well, there's only these 2 on there at the moment.
I really hope they do some form of clothes with that. So I really love that. If they did a shirt with that as a pattern, I'd get it.
Yeah.
I would definitely get that. Really like that thing. Oh, Eva says she's in bits with conjunctivitis. Is it really bad? Is it really hurting you? Is it itching a lot? Do not try to rub it though. I know it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But they say that if it's in one eye, the danger is if you're rubbing it and then you rub the other eye, you can then pass it to the other eye.
Oh.
Very contagious conjunctivitis. So do be careful. Keep washing your pillow and stuff like that, because that will help you.
Yeah.
Or the pillow cover.
Yeah. So yeah, I didn't get a chance to edit any videos today because I was doing a couple of things. But yeah, so I will try to get on that as soon as possible. I may not be able to do it tomorrow because I've got a couple of things planned for tomorrow. I may be able to do it on Sunday. I may be able to.
We will try. We do need to be a lot better with our editing of videos and what have you as well. But so we still got, as you know, the last video we did was Toby Carvery. We did do Blacklock Toby Carvery, Blacklock Carvery, which we will upload so you can see what that's like as a comparison.
And we got a few suggestions on Tuesday.
Oh yes,
didn't we?
Thank you guys for all your suggestions as well. We will look through those.
Yeah. And what was it? There was something else I was going to say. Somebody suggested we do Subway.
Oh yeah, who was that?
That was in the not Tuesday just
Oh,
gone, but
yes.
the other Tuesday, because we were
Yes.
talking about cheap eats. So if anybody has a because somebody mentioned fish and chips, I think that was Ray Ray.
Ray said fish
Yeah,
and chips,
fish and
which
chips.
we will do.
Which we will do.
Now,
yeah.
the only thing with fish and chips is you don't really get a brand fish and chips.
Yeah.
Apart from Harry Ramsden's, the only one I can think of. Poppy's in central London, which is very popular. And there's Toffs in North London, which has won all kinds of awards. Anybody's interested, Toffs in Muswell Hill in North London, they have a lot of famous people that go to visit. And if you go into Toffs, you will see photographs all around the shop where they've had the famous people in. So they'll take photographs of them, including Iron Maiden, the band, went to eat there, and they've got their photograph on the wall.
Are they still in operation after the pandemic? Have you checked?
No.
It's only because a lot of places, a lot of well-known places, have actually closed.
I shall Google.
During the pandemic, so
I will put money on the fact.
Yeah, check it, because like I used to love S&M, which was it was like a pie and mash shop. It was called, I think it was called a sausage. It was called S&M, but it was based on the initials were for sausage and mash. It was such a lovely restaurant. I think they had 3 branches, and this was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Anyway, they ended up closing.
Tops is open, and it's open right now.
Ooh,
there you go.
So there you go.
Aoife said, left eye keeps itching. My machine won't take the pillow. I need an industrial sized machine. Just do the cover, Aoife. Just the cover. You don't need to do the whole pillow, but just the cover.
Just the pillow cover. Yeah. We haven't got anything planned this week, but I do want to go for a walk, because hasn't the weather been glorious?
It has been amazing here. Now, I did go for a little walk at lunchtime, just a little walk, because I can't go far, because obviously I've got to go back to work. But it was absolutely amazing. So I went for about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, but it's so nice as well. Now, guys, enjoy it. If you're in the UK, enjoy it while you can, because it's supposed to get back to being cold next week. So it will go into early week, but it will not go much beyond that. So enjoy that weekend, enjoy the early week, because it will revert to being cold.
But Wednesday was super nice. Wednesday, and I had all these plans to do a little barbecue, be in the garden, and then my plans changed, and I wasn't able to do a barbecue. But
it's one of those things. If you have got your barbecue, this weekend is a good chance to try. Hopefully, it'll be the first weekend of many you can do it for the year, because we're still in March. This is very unusual weather for this time of year. We are technically still in winter. So to have weather like this, we are very, very lucky.
Yeah,
it's not
very
often
lucky.
you can have weather like this in winter.
I'm hoping though Sunday is going to be nice, because I really would like to eat breakfast in the garden. Even if it's a little bit chilly, I don't mind putting on a little jumper, a little fleece, and enjoying breakfast in the garden, which would be our first breakfast of the year in the garden.
It'll be the first breakfast of the year. When was the last one we did? Was it October, or did we do? I don't think we went that late. I think it was like September. I'm pretty sure it was September was the last one.
What, we had breakfast in the garden?
Yeah, I'm going to say September. Funny enough, because actually September was quite warm. The other thing is as well, we always notice because we then in the summer, Kelly and I, we tend to have breakfast in the garden when we can. But after a while, you can't get bored of it, because you've got to set all the tables out and everything. So why don't I do it? But I realise that after doing it so often, you do get bored of doing it. Eva said, I never put a cover on the pillow.
Right.
Google the pillow, Aldi Tropical Flora medium support for back sleepers. Oh, you've got one of those.
Right.
So yours is a large pillow. Right, I'm with you.
I see, yeah.
So because it's obviously an awkward size, it's difficult to get a pillow cover for it. Well, I don't think it's essential, but I'm just thinking as well, because you're going to be lying on that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do hope that you get better very, very soon. Get some medication for it, and hopefully that will get rid of it. That must be really irritating.
Yeah, and if it's itching all the time, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's just no. I hope they were able to prescribe something to you to sort of like calm it down just a little bit, just to alleviate it. You know.
I mean, that's the other thing I was going to say actually. So talking of obviously warm weather and what have you. I know some people that have hay fever. Now, they are saying that the hay fever is starting to kick in already. Some have even said late February. Now that's incredibly unusual. So they are starting to find that as well. So if you guys, any hay fever sufferers out there, have your allergies started already? Which is weird because we are still in winter.
I don't suffer with bad hay fever. I only suffer with it a little bit, and it's only been in the later years that I've suffered a little bit with hay fever. But I do feel a little bit bunged up. But mine isn't as bad. Some people's hay fever is crazy.
Well, this is it, and of course, when you get bunged up, you don't know. You hope it's not COVID, but you know it's going to be that bunged up. Aoife said, "I also bought a Visage Pro Style foot spa. Oh, what's it like now? Aren't we? Well, have you ever had one?
I'm sure I bought my mum a foot spa once, but I know we were thinking about getting a foot spa.
We were. The only thing that puts us off, well, not puts us off, but it's the fact that our place is, I mean, if you had a look around here, we won't show you, but it is so cluttered.
Yeah.
So it would just be extra.
An extra thing to find a place for.
I'm Googling it now because I want to have a little look at this. They do facial cleansers as well.
Yeah, I really need to get a nice face steamer.
Okay, so thinking I could wash it at 30 degrees in an industrial size washing machine. Check the instructions. You probably can do. Going back to the pillow, obviously this is. Just take it to the laundrette maybe and just get that done. Be worth doing as well.
Yeah.
You don't want that on your pillow, especially if you've had it in your eye. So tell us about this foot spa.
It might be an idea to go to the laundrette, wash your pillow, but in the meantime, while you do have conjunctivitis, just use like a memory foam pillow or something that you can put a pillowcase over so that you can wash your pillowcase regularly, just to stop. Do you know what I mean? If any, to stop reinfection or risk of it going in the other eye.
Did you get it from Aldi? Because I've noticed here there's a lot here that are in Aldi. There we are. There's a few of them. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there we go. So I don't know if it's any of those, but yeah, there we are. So what was I going to say? What is it like, and are they worth it? I tried to find reviews on the pillow and the pink and white Visage Pro Style. Oh, you got the pink one. I've just seen that. That's that one. Pro Style foot spa, which folds away. It does look quite good. So would you recommend it? Now we were thinking about it before. Now one thing where I used to work. There was a place there that had these fish tanks in.
Oh yeah, where they eat your feet.
And they eat the feet. Now my friend used it and he got a terrible foot infection, so much so he was limping everywhere. Now I'm not saying that's the go-to thing, and I know that's not the same as a foot spa, but I just wondered as well, do they actually do any good? And would you have to get an expensive one, or will anyone do?
I think the ones that create the nice bubbles and things like that, and and then afterwards you would normally pumice your feet or whatever, because you would do it to soften the skin. You're going to take care of your feet, because a lot of people do neglect their feet.
No, that's right.
A lot of people do neglect their feet. So to have a lovely foot spa, and they also do these wax things, and they also do these heated booties to put. So they wrap your feet, you put them in and it makes the skin really soft on your feet and stuff.
So Aoife said the foot spa actually folds right down. I can actually see that as well. So it
collapses.
Just crumps like that. So think of it like a portable, I suppose it's like a colander.
Like a concertina.
Concertina, yeah.
Yeah.
It does look quite good, actually.
Could be good, yeah. But yeah, that's what I would like. I'd like a really nice foot spa. That sort of, yeah.
Was that the one? If you can see that way. I've got to accept all the cookies. It does look nice. Oh yeah, the Visage pink and white, it folds away, Mark, completely folds flat. That's really good for storage, actually.
Yeah.
Because you can actually put that on top of something, even slide it in or something. Or I don't know if you're allowed to do that, but I don't know if that's the one I just showed you, but it does look quite good. So the thing is with, like, going back to the foot spa, are they any good? One thing, as you were saying, neglecting the feet, I have never I've never had a
like a manicure, a
pedicure, that's the thing, or I've never had a gone to chiropodist.
Yeah, I've been to both. And chiropodists only check your feet and things like that. You go because normally there's a problem.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
right,
that's when you go to the chiropodist. But with a pedicure, they with the pedicure, it's normally about the nails and all of that type of stuff. But there are the luxury ones where they actually do your feet, and you know, they put wax on there and all of that, makes your feet really nice and soft and things like that. So yeah, they're good for a treat every now and again. But you've got to find a nice place, a good place.
Now,
Does that?
what Aoife's saying is with the visage, you have to put in hot water, not cold. So,
Yeah.
so I see. So it doesn't actually heat up the water. You've got to have that there as well. Does it? I'm assuming, because that was what I was going to ask. If it flattens out like that, how do the gadgets heat it up? So clearly they don't. But does it actually bubble it?
But not many foot spas do heat up the water.
I thought they did.
No.
See, I know nothing about.
You normally put warm or hot water in it.
Aoife said,
Normally.
yeah, so it does going to bubble it.
Yeah. So bubbles, as in it creates almost like a jacuzzi for your feet.
So when Kelly and I were getting our bathroom done, we did it's about 2 years ago now. We did a little snippet on how the bathroom was looking. When we were looking for baths, oh yeah, she said zoom in. Right, 1 second. When we were looking for baths, we did ponder the idea: should we treat ourselves to a what they call jacuzzi?
Yeah.
So like a jacuzzi bath. But one of the things that the guy said to us.
Well, my cousin was talking about it.
Oh yeah, is that they do say where the nozzles are, you get all this black gunk in there. So you've really got to keep it clean.
Clean, yeah.
And if you don't, what will happen is when you turn the jets on, this black gunk will just shoot out.
Yeah, will just come as sort of like the thing of in the bath. So it was my cousin that was saying, oh yeah, if you do think about getting it, you just have to be careful that obviously but I think there's a difference if they shoot out from the bottom than if they shoot out from the side. I've got to do a little bit more research, but not that we would get one now anyway. But what I'm saying is I think there's a difference when it shoots up from the bottom than it shoots up from the side, I think.
Well, I think that as well, yeah, that's what we were saying. And I think that is what dissuade us from getting one. I think in the end we just thought we'll just get a regular bath.
I actually wanted to get one of those cabins, you know, the shower cabins with the music and the lights. And
but they won't.
You do steam. It wasn't a bomb, but the problem was
our bathroom would take it.
It wouldn't. And the guy who did the bathroom had never heard of it before.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like,
Eva said, yeah, it comes with the cheap peddy stuff in a bag with the foot spa, nail file, nail scissors, toe separators, and cuticle pushers. So there you are, guys.
I have all of that, by the way. Just don't have the foot spa.
The one I just showed you, I'm not sure if it's the same as Aoife's one. That one is actually a Visage foldable foot spa, and that's in Lidl. So you can get that in Lidl if anybody's interested.
And how much is that?
That's $24.99.
Right.
According to the website. So I don't know if it's the same one. Oh, I see. It bubbles barely. It's more like wavy water.
Right.
So potentially you could use it there. But I mean, for that price, if it's the same one, that's really good value, I think, as well. But again, just obviously bear in mind, it will just do the waves, as Aoife said, rather than some nice jet bubbles.
the jet bubbles. But there was one that I got my mum that did the jet bubbles. I think I bought it from Boots. The one that I got for my mum. I can't quite remember. She's gotten rid of it now though. But yeah, it is one. I'm gonna think about getting.
That is the one. Ivy, hello. How are you?
Hey Ivy, I hope you're well.
You good? How are things? And are you feeling better? We're well, thank you. How are you feeling? Are you feeling a bit better? We hope you're feeling a bit better. Believe it or not, we were just talking about foot spa. So Aoife had just purchased one, a foot spa, as one of her recommendations. Well, I'm assuming Aoife's recommending it. But it looked quite good value for money, and I've never ever seen one that folds completely flat.
Yeah. So I've been watching YouTube a lot, and craving holidays and all of that type of stuff. What does everybody think about a cruise? Like my mum's done a cruise and she absolutely loved it. So I've been watching a few YouTubers and they've been going on cruises and things like that. Obviously the cruise has not been full because of the pandemic and things like that, but there was a cruise where they went on one and it took 4,000 people, but there was only 1,400 people on the ship, so the ship was pretty much empty. Now there's another one, they've gone again, and there's 2,300 people, so again still not full, but they stayed in one lush cabin. It was so nice. it was concierge. But obviously the concierge is obviously the best rooms, because you have your normal internal room with no porthole, then you have one with a porthole, and then you have one with a balcony, and then you have concierge. But even in concierge, you have your different level. It's always one thing after another, isn't it? It's never, oh yeah, you know what, you can stay here and yada yada yada. No, even in the nice one, you still have levels in the. I don't know if anybody's watched Frasier, but there was an episode where there was a club that they had never heard about. They didn't even know what the club was, but they knew they wanted to be members. And so they found a ticket. He found a ticket from his upstairs neighbor who he doesn't like. And they go and they realize, oh, it's a spa, but it's a spa that you have to be invited to join. And that neither of them had been invited to join, Fraser or the brother. And they go through and then they realize, so they go in and they have all the thing done and everything else, and it's an exclusive place, and then they realize, there's a silver door, but they haven't been invited to get into the silver door. Then
I remember this episode. This is the ultimate in snobbery.
Right, so then they get through to the silver door, and then they notice that there's a gold door, and they're like, oh my god, there's another door.
What's this related to cruises?
Because what I'm saying about concierges, it's meant to be the best. So you have your basic room with no porthole. Then you have your next one with the porthole. Then you have the one with the balcony, right? So that's your free ones. Then you have concierge. Concierge is meant to be the best. But even in the best, there's still levels in the best.
Yeah.
So it's not.
Sorry, just going back to a few things that Aoife's posted. She said about the jacuzzi bath. Just going back to that slightly. To clean the gunk, you would need the pink stuff cleaning product and a sonic brush. We'd never heard about the pink stuff until you mentioned it. So we may have actually changed our mind at that time. She also said, you paid €30 for the foot spa, but you would never buy that particular foot brand again. Oh right, so you won't recommend it. Okay,
maybe because of the bubbles are wavy. And
it could be actually. So there you are. So guys, maybe not so then with Aoife's recommendation for that particular foot spa. So anyway, get on to the cruise.
So I was watching these cruises and I was thinking, do you know what, I really want to go on a cruise. So has anybody been on a cruise? What type of a cruise was it, and what cruise would you recommend?
Now, I have never been on a cruise. I've only had the ferry. So the ferry is the only thing that I've actually gone on as well. Now, I did not enjoy a ferry, but I know a cruise is totally different.
Yeah.
Now, people that I know have gone on cruises have always recommended it and said how amazing they are. But I do get seasick, so I don't know how I would fare. Now, somebody has said to me, they've gone on a cruise and they said you don't feel it at all. Somebody else said you can feel it slightly. So it really depends, I suppose, on the weather. Well, like I said, the weather, which you can never depend on.
Yeah. I haven't heard anybody say that they've disliked a cruise so far.
No, that is true, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, I've never heard anyone say, oh, do you know what, that was a really rubbish cruise. Don't put that in there because then it will fall on the floor.
There's nothing in it.
Yeah, I know, but you know, the little splatter bits, them little splatter bits. So yeah, I've never heard anyone say that they wouldn't recommend a cruise. No. So I would definitely like to try one. I just wanted to get an idea of your thoughts on cruising, really.
So Aoife's, I know she's a big advocate for the pink stuff. So she's saying, I have no hesitation in recommending the pink stuff cleaning products. Funny enough, where were we? Was it B&M? We were one. No. It was Wilko?
Oh yeah, it might be Wilko. Yeah.
Oh, we were thinking of you, Aoife, because we went past a shelf full of the pink stuff. I said, "Oh, that's the stuff that Aoife recommends."
Yeah.
Didn't I?
But I think they only had a couple of versions.
Yeah,
they didn't have your one or two.
That's right. Yeah, one or two bits. But I think it's a tub of it. It's like a
putty.
Yeah, like a putty thing you use. So they had that, and they had something else as well. But Aoife's recommending the cleaning products, including the detergent, stain remover product, and the washing up liquid, and the spray.
So you recommended it all then? Yeah,
a pink stuff advocate. We will have to try that actually, because like I said, on your recommendation.
Yeah. We'll definitely.
What's it like at getting rid of grease? Is it good at that as well? Because one thing I always struggle about is cleaning the grease. Now Eva said, I don't recommend cruises. Staff are treated like dirt.
Oh, really?
Oh, now, have you worked on a cruise, or have you known friends or someone that's worked on the cruise?
I almost ended up working on a cruise ship.
Really?
Yeah. A friend and I, we always wanted to travel, and she was training to be a croupier, and I had worked in hotels, so I knew all about reception and stuff like that, back office and things. And so we were contemplating at the time whether we were going to go on a cruise ship. We didn't. She went. She got on a plane, and was in New York, and she was going to go. I said at the last minute no, because I couldn't realize I couldn't leave my gran.
Yeah.
So she went, and she went with another friend, and then she spent the night in New York. They were about to get on the ship, and then she changed her mind at the last minute and flew home.
Really?
So she had one day in New York, and then flew home. Yeah.
But where would you go? So let's talk about the cruise. Where would you like to go? If somebody said, I will book you a cruise anywhere you want to go, you name it.
Do you know what? I'm not sure, because I'm not sure if I would want to do a Mediterranean cruise or cruise around like little bits of America.
So you're only allowed to pick one. Someone saying, I'm booking it for you
well,
now.
I don't know. I'd have to research it. I can't say off the top of my head where I want to go right now, because I'm not researching
because
it.
you said cruise, I thought you'd already done that.
But that's why I'm asking everyone. That's why I'm asking people, like, about cruise. Where would you go? Because this is my research.
Now, Aoife said, staff use a corridor out of view of passengers, and sleeping cabins are tiny and shared in many cases. I didn't know that, actually. I didn't know that it was like that. Is that like that on most cases, or just on certain liners?
Well, it's in even in hotels, you're not allowed to use the same entrance or anything like that. You have to use different. You use a different canteen. You use different. It's the same in the hotels.
Hello, Evelyn. You're
Hey.
right. How are you doing? And by the way, Eva said, it's amazing on Greece. That I need to get through. So we're going back to the pink stuff products. Amazing on Greece. How are things? You good? We were just talking about cruises and where we'd like to go. So Kelly's wanting to get some tip ideas on cruises.
Yeah. So just like what I want to know is, what does everybody think about cruises, and where do people want to go on cruises, and if they would go on cruises. But Eva was just saying that the staff aren't treated very well on cruises. But is it the case then that there's a high because if you're not treated well in a place, there's always a high turnover of staff. So is that the case then, that there's a high turnover of staff on cruise ships? Because I have known like people working on cruise ships for many years. So if it is that bad, or if you felt that it was that bad, would you just then leave and then just join or just do something else? Because having worked on a cruise ship, whatever position that is, whether it be reception or croupier or whatever, you could then, those are quite transferable skills to work in other places, like other hotels and even in Vegas, or other casinos and stuff like that, or receptionist somewhere else. So if it was that bad, I mean, I can understand that there might be poor cruise ships, but I have worked in really bad places. When I say really bad places, really bad, poorly paid places. But for some reason, I don't know what it is, but they're the most fun. So I've worked in really horrible places, but really had quite good fun.
But that's interesting, because Aoife's uncle Gary worked on a ship in the USA as an electronic engineer.
Wow. So transferable skills, so you can go and work anywhere pretty much. Yeah.
But I suppose it's that thing is what I mean. I get Aoife's point. I would not want to go somewhere where the staff are treated bad, because I feel that I'm contributing to that.
Right.
But
what you would hope then, if that is the case, if you work in a place that people just leave and go and work other places, or the staff get together and report it.
Oh, that's interesting. So Aoife was saying, so staff are generally not directly employed by the cruise lines, but a third-party agency.
Oh, wow. So you're employed by an agency.
I didn't realise that.
Right.
Well, of course, there's the big debacle at the moment with P&O ferries. And what was interesting, funny enough, just before I came upstairs, on the television, there was a advert for P&O cruises. and they made it very so. P&O Cruises are not the same as P&O Ferries. They are two completely different companies, and they're making it. They've had to go and advertise and said we're advertising for the new year. Please bear in mind we are not the same as a certain ferry company with a similar name. They said, please, and that's what they said. So it was very interesting. They felt the need to advertise because I think they've had a lot of people trying to cancel, and they're trying to make it clear we're nothing to do. We've got a similar name, but we are not the same as P&O Ferries.
But is that the case in a sense that, sometimes you get companies, but they have subsidiary companies, so they're like sister companies and all of that type of stuff. Companies.
I don't know.
So I reckon they're not the same. So they're not the same. What you call it? They're not the same thing, but they are come under the same company. Does that make sense? So under the is it Arcadis Group? You had Topshop, you had Myself Fridge, you had a few other shops.
Yeah.
While they're not the same shops, but they come under the one umbrella.
I don't know. I mean, I forget the name who owns P&O Ferries. Basically, for anybody who doesn't know, and obviously I can't say too much of legal things. I don't want us to get us into trouble. But so P&O Ferries sacked 800 people with no notice. They were all fired, effective immediately, and they were all replaced with agency workers at a much cheaper rate. Now, at the moment, the debate is whether or not that's legal. So a lot of people think that is not legal. You have to give notice, and you
have to give notice,
and you have to give fair warning that your job may be made redundant. You can't just do it like that unless it's gross misconduct. So at the moment, that is what the debate is. Aoife said, in Scotland, a same-sex male couple just saw the Northern Lights in the Scottish Highlands, and they sold their live aboard narrowboat. Oh, I see. It's a live. Sorry, they did a live aboard narrowboat. Are you watching that as well?
Oh wow!
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow.
Sorry, I didn't read that properly. In Scotland, same-sex male couple, a Northern Lights in the Scottish. After they sold their live aboard narrowboat, so they did their live aboard a narrowboat. That must be amazing.
Wow, yeah, that would be amazing, especially to do a live as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. So Kelly and I, sorry, I was just going to say, Kelly and I have we keep saying it, but we are going to look and explore about us doing lives outside these four walls.
Yeah, I just don't know, like, how at the moment I don't know how feasible it would be unless we couldn't do like a restaurant review live or something like that.
No.
But if we were going to, like, let's say we're actually doing something, you could do a live then. Like I watched this couple and they do lives every day in Vegas. So every day they do a live.
So it is doable. I don't know if we would do it on a phone or some other way.
Yeah, they do it on their phones. There is another couple that I watch, and they do a live every day from theme parks.
Oh wow! I mean, what I would love to do though is a live around London. So we would pick different locations around London. We'd have to look and see how feasible it is. But especially now summer's coming, I'd love to be able to do a live outside for you guys, so we could talk from different places.
It's just that it would be difficult because while it is quick to walk from one place, so like if you're in Covent Garden, it's quite okay to walk to Oxford Street. However, you wouldn't want to see someone walking that.
Well, no, we would imagine us talking as we go, and then we've got different backgrounds.
Yeah.
But we might actually just do an area. I wouldn't say we'd walk from Covent Garden all the way to Oxford.
No, but I'm just saying. That's just an example because London is close.
Yeah.
Relatively, but it is long when you walk it, if that makes sense. Well, but it's very close. Everything.
If we walked around Covent Garden, that would be quite nice.
Yeah.
Especially for anybody who doesn't live in London or doesn't live in the UK, so you can get to see that as well. We could do it from different locations, but we will look into that. We will really look into it. I don't know how powerful Kelly's phone is or good enough to do. Mine is a terrible phone.
Yeah, no, it would be all right to do a live from it.
We will look into that because we would love to do that as well. It'd be really good to do it from different countries as well.
Oh yeah, from different I think that would be quite interesting, and I think it would be interesting for us as well to sort of when we're going around different countries and stuff like that. So what do you think? I mean, yeah.
Oh, Aoife said, Mark, when you speak to Kelly, he's giving you intense attention, loving gaze. It's so sweet. Get my little loving gaze. They're franchise companies, Aoife was saying.
Oh, what, P&O Ferries?
Yeah. That's interesting as well.
Right.
Sorry, guys. I think we're getting a little bit of a lag at the moment. So
Yeah.
our internet's been a bit up and down today, especially when I was working downstairs. It was going up and down a little bit. So apologies if it is.
I feel like, how can you run a franchise ferry company? That's crazy, right? A franchise McDonald's, okay, but a franchise ferry
I don't
company.
know enough about the company as well. And like I said, it's all in legal disputes at the moment. But it's absolutely awful way to treat staff, to sack everybody,
Yeah.
not just one person, everybody.
I suppose it yeah.
Oh, live not live. Sorry. Or is it live not live, or live not live? Living, right? Yeah, living. That's what, because it's like that's the thing with the English language, isn't it? You've got live and live can be pronounced two different ways.
Yeah, exactly. I think that it's really difficult, isn't it? Because I mean, it's not fair to get sacked anyway, regardless of for whatever reason. And unless it's gross misconduct, something like that. But would it have been fair though to sack some of the staff and then still replace them with it, or is it more fair to sack all of the staff?
Oh, Mark, it's living, AK live, live abroad as a home. Live abroad as a home. Well, I got you. Sorry, I mispronounced that word. I almost said live again. Live abroad. Yeah, no, I know. Going back to your thing, it's just the moralistic thing of it.
Yeah, no, I get. I totally agree. It's not the done thing. You don't just sack people and then because you can get it cheaper somewhere else, you decide to, no, I don't agree with that. If somebody has fulfilled their contract and is fulfilling their role or whatever, you don't just get rid of them because you can find cheaper.
Well, no, well, of course not.
But it's the age old thing where people have set up companies elsewhere because the labor is cheaper, right? And you then have to figure out, well, is that morally correct or not?
Oh, that's interesting. So we're going to move away from the ferry thing. Aoife said, use a mini spy camera, attach it to the neck of your jumper or coat lapel. One thing we were thinking, rather than the spy camera, we did want to invest in a GoPro. Now, Kelly and I have talked about this for some years, but we haven't got round to doing it. But we thought, I know it's not a mini, like a little tiny spy camera, but the GoPro you can actually attach to a helmet, or you can actually attach to yourself.
To your body. But then you have to get a mobile internet.
Oh yeah, that's true. I wonder if the spy camera would work though. Because could you attach a spy camera to your phone?
Yeah. It will. You wouldn't attach a spy camera to the phone because there's a camera on the phone already.
No, but you want to attach it. I think what would be good actually, if you could wander around.
Do you mean tether it to my phone?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
So basically, the reason being is correct me if I'm wrong, but if we're wandering around, and you've got that little camera there, it'd be really interesting because people don't know you've got the camera, so you can almost like blend in. It'd be fantastic actually, just to blend into another city.
The reason why you wouldn't tether it to the phone is because you're eating data. So it would be better to have mobile data specifically for that.
Yeah, the word is live, as you just mentioned, live abroad rather than live.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. But I also think it would be really cool. I think because that would definitely interest me if I was watching a live from someone from another country just to see what something's like. And I think anyway, we will look into it because I think it would be really good to do it from different locations. You guys must be bored of just seeing this same old background, our room, but we've kind of moved upstairs now because we were doing it for downstairs. Not piano. Companies are franchise. Oh, companies in general. She's talking about a franchise.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't think P&O were franchise. I think franchise are very.
But that's what I was asking.
No, I didn't think it was franchise. Oh, Mark!
Hey,
hello!
Mark. How are you? I hope you're well.
It's been a long time. How you doing?
It's been a while.
Kelly, not franchise, ferry company.
Right. Yeah. Because that's what I was thinking.
Really good to see you back. We were just talking about. So what we were talking about, actual fact, was holidays. And would you go on a cruise? We were also talking a little bit about obviously what happened with P&O. And what else were we talking about? Oh yeah, and also with the live. So us potentially doing the live from other places in London, which we would really, really like to do. I would love to do that in Las Vegas, though. That would be absolutely amazing to do a live from Las Vegas. Just walking up and down the strip, you'd see all the hotels behind us. That would be so cool. Aoife said companies like MCD, etc., are franchised by different management. Okay. So go on, back to your ferries. Your ferries, back to your cruise. Now, I thought you wanted to do the Disney cruise.
Yeah, what I'm asking is, what I'm asking for ideas, which is what I said before. So I'm asking for ideas of what cruises people would recommend, and if they've been on any cruises.
Mark said he's getting there. Thanks for asking.
Oh, bless you. I'm glad things are sort of, you know, progressing.
Yeah, but it's really nice to see you.
Yeah,
it really is nice to see you on. So tell us about the Disney cruise that you were looking at.
Well, no, what it is, which is still my same question, which is what are the ideas of cruises? That's my question. So, like, what do you think? What do you think on cruises in general? Is there anyone that you would recommend? If you would recommend, where would you recommend? What types of room would you recommend? Is the food any good? That sort of thing. This is my research.
So Mark was saying he'd love a Disney cruise. And I actually thought we have seen quite a few on YouTube and they do look good. Oh, Eva was saying Irish Ferries did what P&O did 2 decades ago. Really?
Wow.
And did they get away with it? Or was it deemed illegal? Because obviously it's a different, you've got a different judicial system in Ireland. So what was the outcome of that? Eva said Irish Ferries sacked their Irish and British staff for Eastern European workers. Wow, that was yes. So it's very similar case to P&O. Actually, very, very similar. What was the outcome of that? Can you remember? I know you're saying it's 20 years ago, but that was interesting because obviously here they're deeming it potentially to be illegal, potentially. But yeah, so your Disney cruise, Mark, where would you do? Would you want to go Florida, or would you just want to go around the Caribbean? Where were the Disney cruises going?
They were going to different places, so it wasn't
clearly.
Well,
they're going somewhere.
Yeah, so different places.
But where?
Different places. I didn't take note of where they were going. That's why I'm asking the questions.
All right. So Disney cruise potentially as well. Now we did look at some as well, some YouTubers there, and it does look fun, particularly the food. The food looked absolutely amazing. I have to say, you looked at Tim Tracker's one, didn't you? And there was another one. What's the name of that couple?
Oh,
the one that they always
the Ordinary Couple, I think they're called. I'm not sure what they're called actually. Oh,
so Mark said, think Disney cruises are for 4 days. They seem lots of vlogs on them supposed to be very expensive. Now I'd imagine anything with Disney in the title is going to cost.
Yeah. Definitely.
Aoife said, just use spy cameras and upload the internet when you then do the dub in the talking. I don't know, but then I won't be live then if I'm uploading, because we like to think about doing it as live. Oh, that's interesting. So Mark said, Adam Hatton vlogs. Do you see his Disney vlogs?
I remember you saying, no, I haven't checked him out actually, but I do remember you, now that you mentioned it, there's a couple of names that you mentioned, but I haven't had a chance to check out their vlogs. But it was only because recently, I've been watching cruising for a while. Even you, Mark, you and I have spoken about it, and sort of spoken about sort of like different cruises and stuff like that. And I really wanted to do, obviously, I really wanted to do a Disney one. My mum did one a couple of years ago, and I can't remember who she went with. I think she might have gone with P&O Ferries, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she might have gone with P&O Ferries, because I was looking at Royal Caribbean at one point. So I was looking at Royal Caribbean, and their ones were really reasonable at the time. Booking for, so it was last year, they had a crazy sale on. It was crazy for this year, but I wasn't confident about booking a cruise for this year. I was thinking more next year, and they didn't have 2023's prices. They only had 2022's prices.
Aoife said, Mark, Kelly will always be the sister I never had. I look at Kelly as a sister and I idolise Kelly.
Thank you
How
very
can
much.
I idolise this beautiful face? Or Infinity or Beyond, Mark said. I've not heard of, is that actually,
I've not heard of that.
Is that a type of
Is that the name of a boat?
Or is it the name of a YouTuber? That's interesting. So Infinity and Beyond, obviously being
Pixar.
Toy Story.
Toy Story, yeah.
Aoife said, try local canal cruising first, then a river cruise, then a cruise around Scotland, then the USA. Well, that's quite specific.
Really?
Now,
if I'm going to do something, I just do it big. That's it.
Yeah, I can't.
There's no build up to it. I'm just boom.
I cannot see Kelly on a river canal boat.
I would do a canal boat.
Would you do it?
Yeah, but I wouldn't drive it. No.
It's a vlogger, Mark said.
Oh right, what's the vlogger called?
For Infinity and Beyond. Infinity and Beyond.
Why does that name ring a bell? Let me just have a quick look.
Balcony would be all over. And they still operate with Eastern European workers. So going back to the Irish ferries thing. Oh wow! So I'm taking it that was never deemed illegal, and they've carried on with it. So Kelly's gonna have a quick look actually at Infinity and Beyond.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have a quick look to see if I've seen them before. And because the name rings a bell. Infinity.
It's funny actually, Mark. We were last week when we were doing our vlog, we were talking about you because we were deciding what we would go and vlog food wise. And we were got on some. I think it's Ray suggested that we tried fish and chips. So we were talking about local prices here, so about 40 quid for fish and chips. And I was saying as well, I mentioned you. I said Mark would just be gawping at that price.
Yeah. Oh no, I haven't seen them before. So yeah.
We'll have a little look at these. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. We'll check them out.
I'll take a look at them. But yeah, no, I've not seen. I thought the name rung a bell and I'd seen them before, but no, I haven't.
Oh, excellent, Mark. So we go to Gran Canaria next month. I'll call you live from Little Italy. Oh,
yes,
wow.
We were talking about that, and I said, "Oh my God, that'd be so amazing." Can you imagine?
So Kelly and I have not been to Gran Canaria.
No,
we've been to Lanzarote, as you know.
Yeah.
As we've done many videos there, but we've never been to. I certainly haven't been to any of the islands. You have.
No.
Did you go on the cruise with your mum?
No. It was Evelyn and my mum.
Oh yeah, you did.
And they went to Fuerteventura. But I don't think they really liked it. But another friend of mine.
What, the cruise or the island?
No, the island.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't like Fuerteventura. Another friend of mine, she has a friend in Fuerteventura, and she's been there a couple of times, and she doesn't like it. And then I suggested to her Lanzarote, and she really enjoyed Lanzarote. So they got the friend who lives in Fuerteventura to meet them in Lanzarote, and I think they may do that again, but maybe for one of the other islands.
Even suggesting do a ferry to either France, Ireland, and the USA, all those.
I've done France.
Or try the Qe2. Now the Qe2 would be amazing, but very expensive.
Yeah.
Very, very expensive.
Yeah.
Mark said the same. Fuerteventura is awful. Oh wow.
Right, okay. I've not heard very good things about Fuerteventura.
Well, do you know what? I think that's a really good tip. Thank you, guys. So if you are looking at the Canary Islands, the grand consensus. Now, I don't want to put anybody off who's already booked to Fuerteventura because you may enjoy it. But if you are thinking of doing Canary Islands, maybe one of the others apart from Fuerteventura.
Yeah, it's only because I've spoken to several people now, and several people have said that they didn't really like Fuerteventura. So I've never been, so I can't tell you from my opinion, and this is solely from their opinion. The people who I've spoken to, it's their opinion. They're of the same opinion of they didn't really like it.
Oh, Mark was saying the Qe2 is docked in Dubai now as a hotel. I didn't know that. Is that permanent? I did not know that. There was rumours they were going to make another, Qe3, but I don't know if that's ever going to go into fruition. Eva said, Kelly and Mark, try local canal cruising. I have done canal cruising, but many years ago. So where my parents grew up, they grew up actually quite near a lot of canals, as you see. So yeah, there is canal cruising to go there, but I haven't done it for a long time.
A friend of mine who I used to work with, he used to do it with his friends. Like they'd rent a canal boat and do that. I'd have to get someone who did all of that, like get out and do the gate or whatever it is, because I would have no clue.
Mark said there's nothing there, very windy. Are you talking about Dubai?
No, he's talking about
Fuerteventura. Sorry, I was talking about Dubai. Well, Dubai, going back to Dubai.
Who mentioned Dubai?
Mark for Qe2 Is Docked in Dubai.
Oh, right.
So Dubai, I've had very mixed opinions on Dubai. Some people I've spoken to absolutely love it there. But other people have just said they didn't like it at all. One person I knew described it as a godless, soulless place. I don't know if that's fair, but they just said it's just because it's obviously in 1990, Dubai was literally 3 different tower blocks, and that was it. And then since it's grown massively.
Yeah, they've really invested money in it. I haven't heard any bad things really about Dubai, except it's expensive.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I've really heard. And you wouldn't go back, like it wouldn't be a continuous every year you'd go to Dubai kind of thing. But yeah, I've heard of a few people. I've not heard any really bad reports about Dubai, really.
Yeah. Talking, we're going to go on to food a little bit. Eva's going to have her boiled sausage in a bit. Mark said river cruising is supposed to be amazing in the Danube.
Oh, okay.
Again, not been. A friend of mine actually, when he was doing his sort of river tours as well, he loves doing sort of river tours up north in the Lake Districts and what have you. But he did do a river tour in South America. He said it's one of the best things he's ever done. So down the Amazon, obviously not all the way. But he was just saying it's absolutely fantastic, really, really good. But you've got to be careful because obviously the mosquitoes.
I was going to say, I'd be scared if somebody said, "Oh yeah, we're going through the Amazon or through the jungle or through." Do you know what I mean? I'd be like, no, because I want to be on a beach.
Yeah, there's all the wildlife and stuff like that. But he said it was amazing, one of the best things he's ever done. I forget which country did it through. I thought, because I know the Amazon does go through, obviously, mainly through Brazil. I'm assuming it's Brazil. Yes. But he says absolutely amazing.
Not one of those. Excuse me. It's just not one of those places that I would think of wanting to go or to go.
Oh, I'd love to. Well, Brazil. I'd love to go to Brazil. I would absolutely love to.
I'm talking about the Amazon. The Amazon. Imagine, like, it's like calm and it's eerie and all those noises. No.
How's
and
it
it's
go?
hot and
How's it go?
Woo.
Woo, no.
Like you'd hear an owl too. Or something like that.
That's supposed to be an owl. I was supposed to be a ghost.
Do you know what? There's an owl. I don't know if it's around here, right? But that owl is up during the day.
I can hear the owl. Actually.
You hear it all day, and it's just so weird that an owl is up because they're night creatures, right?
Well, it's funny that being in London, especially, you don't normally hear an owl.
But I'm sure someone either it lives here or someone's got it as a pet.
Clonakitty cork sausages, if I pronounce that properly, which I bought. I'm going to add and boil them. What are you having it with? Are you doing your potatoes, cabbage? Market, please get on YouTube. Look at the video reviews on the pink stuff. No, we will do actually. You've mentioned this several times before. And as I said, when we went to Wilco's, you said, "Oh look, there's pink stuff. There's pink stuff." Right now, Mark's saying river cruising through Germany, Hungary, Turkey, Switzerland, France, Bulgaria, and the Danube. Wow, have you actually done that, or is that something?
Or is it a bucket list?
I've done the river. I've gone on a river tour down the Rhine Valley, which is in Germany, and that was amazing. That was in the summer. Now, this is when I was a kid, so you talk about the 1980s, so it's a long, long time ago, when it was actually West Germany. So, but it was absolutely fantastic. It was really, really good. It's beautiful, beautiful scenery there. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I would definitely like to do a cruise. I have been thinking about it for a little while. So, yeah, it is something.
That is the whole river cruise. So the river cruise goes through Germany, Hungary, Turkey, Switzerland, and France, and Bulgaria. Obviously not in that order, but
is that something then that, Mark, you would like to do? Is that something that you're looking into?
He said it's supposed to be fantastic.
Right.
Now that would be good. That would be good, actually.
That probably would be more your sort of thing. I don't think it would be my sort of thing.
Would you guys do the Orient Express?
Ooh.
Would that be something you consider? Obviously not now because of the current situation, but would that be something you would consider doing?
Somebody sent me something I think it was Richard's Adventures actually. He sent me something. It was
Oh, he's doing a train journey, isn't he?
he's going to be doing a train journey, but he sent me something where you travel on the train, but it's really very much like, you know, when you see Poirot, and he he did a train one, didn't he? Kenneth Branagh.
Oh yeah, that's Murder on the Orient Express.
Right,
Yeah.
and you know, you get the dinner car, and he sent me this thing. It wasn't the Orient Express, but it was something where you're in a dinner car, you're having your afternoon tea and everything else. Chintz chairs, very nice. And I just thought, oh, that'd be something that I would really like to try.
Now we were talking about this earlier on. So one of the things, not just the train as well, but we'll have to look at that as well. But there is a restaurant bus.
Oh yeah, gastronomic.
The gastronomic. That's it. I was going to say the
gastronomic,
which goes around London, and you actually eat on the bus. So it's quite a plush thing. Very pricey. I think it's about £100 plus.
It was £100 then. I don't know how much it is now.
Well, say more than £100 probably now. Or there is another one that does afternoon tea on a London Red bus. So you can get that one. Don't ruin it, but you can get that one as well. So depending on what you like, but that will go around London on the site whilst you have afternoon tea.
My only stipulation or reservation about that, and I will tell you why I have. When you go to a normal afternoon tea in a hotel, and not all hotels do this, but it's normally unlimited sandwiches. It's unlimited sandwiches, unlimited tea, blah blah blah, for however long. I don't imagine the bus tour to do this. I need to research it a bit more because I could be wrong. I could be absolutely wrong, and you do get they replenish your sandwiches and things like that. But I don't think they do, because you have a limited amount of space of where to keep those sandwiches on a bus. And I imagine it's all pre-made, because you won't have somebody making sandwiches there and then if they ran out. Does that make sense? So that is why I think you would only get one round while you're doing a bus trip.
So Mark and Eva both said they would do the Orient Express. Eva was saying, I want to try the Caledonian sleeping train. No, not. Is that? I'm assuming that's in Scotland. But wow, that does sound nice, actually.
Richard's Adventures is doing one where he's sleeping on a train.
Oh, is that? Yeah, you were saying is because when you're in the UK, you can get from one end to the other in probably like 5-6 hours. So unless you're doing it overnight.
Yeah, there was a guy that who used to work at the same place that I did, and he was going to Scotland, and he got a sleeper train.
Oh, okay.
To Scotland.
Maybe that's the one. Yeah, of course, that's what the one Eva's talking about, the Caledonian sleeper train.
I don't think it was I don't think it was called Caledonian. I think it was something else.
Eva said, I could see myself living the expensive life, America, RV road trips, and then live abroad, wide beam canal boat. Do you know what? That's one thing I would love to do. Did you? It wasn't you who did. No, you did the Greyhound tour, didn't you? A Greyhound bus.
Oh, I did a Greyhound bus.
I'll let Kelly tell about the Greyhound bus. This was in Canada, wasn't it?
No, this was in. So basically, I had a friend, Italian friend, many years ago. We used to work together, and that's how we met. But she was a lot more mature than I was, and I was very still childlike. And she wanted to go on. I had visited her in Italy, and she had visited me. We met here anyway, and then she went back to Italy, and then I went to visit her in Italy. Then I came home, and then she rang me. She said, let's go on holiday. I was like, right, cool. And I had never been to the States, and I'd always wanted to go to the States. And I said, right, I really want to go to Florida. She said yes, but she doesn't want to spend her whole time in Florida. She wants to travel round. And I was like, right, okay. But this was the days before the internet. So you were just relying on things that you'd heard. Oh, I heard this, or somebody had traveled there. So you didn't have any concrete information. We were two young girls. We were in our very early 20s. And so what happened was we got on. So we were spending 3 days in Florida. So we got to Florida. We had 3 days. We went to visit the parks and stuff like that. Then we decided to take the Greyhound bus. So, but when I said to the lady, oh, we want, we were staying in one of the Disney hotels. So we hadn't even been to Universal before. So we just went to Disney. And at the end of our 3 days, we said to the lady, oh, we want to go to Cocoa Beach. So we were looking on a map, on a map that I had, you know, that I bought, you know, one of those what would you call them? Them visitor books, them the books that you buy before you go on holiday to read about the place.
Oh, a travel guide.
Right. I had a thin travel guide, right? Never experienced anything in my life. This was my first proper holiday, other than going to Italy. This was my first big holiday that I'd gone on my own. So I bought this little book, and we looked at a map, and we said, "Oh yeah, oh there's Cocoa Beach. Let's go to Cocoa Beach," which was very near Daytona Beach.
Okay.
Right. So we were like, right, okay, how are we going to get there? Well, we're two young girls. We don't know nothing. So we went to reception, and reception goes, "Oh, y'all don't have a car? Oh, okay." And all of this, and I was just like, "Oh my god, no, we don't have a car," because in the States that is normal. It's second nature that you drive everywhere.
Hmm.
So she was like, "Okay, you can go to this bus station and get the Greyhound, and the Greyhound will take you there." Now I didn't think, right, and I bought all of this stuff. I had bags, and I had my suitcase. I had a T-shirt with Disney, so it just looked like we were tourists. And I was really worried, and I just thought, we're going off the beaten track here. We don't know where we're going. This woman has now put the fear of God in me about we don't have a car and all of this sort of stuff. Anyway, we got to the bus. We took a cab. We got to the bus station. When we got off at the bus station now, I went up. It was like one of these bus stations that you see in a movie that really you don't want to be at late at night, right? You don't even want to be there in the day, let alone you want to be there late at night. So I went up to the teller, and you know, we said we want to go to Cocoa Beach, and so he gave us a bus ticket, and he goes, "Have you ever been to Jacksonville? You need to come to Jacksonville." And then the other woman was like, "Honey, you don't need to go. There's nothing in Jacksonville. You don't even need to go to Jacksonville," and all of this. And I was just like, "Oh my God, I don't know what the hell's going on." And I just went and sat down. And I don't know if you've ever seen Adventures in Babysitting, where the girl gets stuck at a bus station, and all these hideous things keep happening to her at the bus station. That is what it was like. And this is, you're talking about in the 90s now.
Oh gosh.
So this is exactly what I was just like, oh my God. So I really didn't want to go. I rang my mum. My mum was in Paris at the time, because she was going to.
So you were in the States and your mum was in Paris.
In Paris,
and you
yeah.
called your mum.
And I called my mum. And I was like, "Mom, I really don't want to go." My mum was going, "Come here, just come to Paris like this." And I was like, "Oh no, I better go," because, you know, she said she wanted to go and travel around. At least got to try this traveling round. So we got on the Greyhound bus, and there were these other girls that were on the Greyhound bus, but they were a group of girls. We were just two young girls. We didn't know anything. These group of girls were together. They were traveling around America. They looked like they were having fun and all of this type of stuff. We were on the Greyhound bus, and I just do, and I'm dressed in all my Disney gear, thinking, "Oh my God, what am I doing here?" We get to the other end, right? I can't even remember the bus station that we got off at, but it was some raggedy bus station, and it was your typical what you would have seen. There was a guy with the big Slurpee coming in, like really overweight, and this. And then the guy's going, "Shit, you ain't even checked your locker, and you've had your locker for blah, blah, blah." And I was just like thinking, oh my God, what have I walked into? We didn't even have a hotel booked. We just took a card off the telephone box, and we rung the hotel. I rung her. Yes, come now. Are you sure you're coming? Are you coming now? You're coming right now. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, we'll be there.
Well, they seem desperate for you to come over.
Right, so I hung up the phone, and then we got in the car, and
He was just boiling spuds and sausage while you're doing this.
Oh right,
yeah.
And then the taxi was taking us to wherever, and I was just like, oh my God, and I don't know what came over me, but I just blurted out, "Oh, is this place we're going to safe?" And he said, "No, not really." And I was just freaking out, and I just said, "Can you take us to a safe hotel?" He goes, "Oh well, there's a Best Western out on the island and all that." I said, "Yes, take us there." So we two young girls, we went to this place, and it was a Best Western, and it wasn't all of that. We just checked in. We went to the beach. It wasn't even a nice beach. And I could hear screaming going somewhere in the background. I mean, real screaming, not me screaming in my head, although I was screaming in my head.
You didn't hear gunshots as well, did you?
No. I didn't hear gunshots, but there was screaming going on. But if I did, I think it would have, yeah. I'm like, ah! And I was feeling like, oh my God, like this is just crazy. And then our toy.
Richard's joined us. Hello, Richard. We were just talking
We were
about
just
you.
talking
We're going to
about
come
you.
on to you in a second.
And then
All good, of course.
when for some reason our toilet kept flushing, it wouldn't stop flushing. So we had to call maintenance. And you know when the door opens and then you can't see the guy, but there's all light behind him and he's standing there with his plunger, right? He's this massive guy, and I just thought, oh my God, we're gonna be murdered. This was my overactive imagination, like just crazy. And I just thought, I just do not want to stay here. I really just don't want to stay here. So but me and my friend, we weren't getting on by this point because I wasn't enjoying it, and she had come on holiday for us to go around places, and I didn't feel safe going to these places because we were young and we didn't know what we were doing. And she was just all about, yeah, let's just travel here, there, and everywhere. So I remember calling the airlines to find out how much it would be to fly home early, and they said it was going to cost $100, which was like £70. And I was just like, yep, right, okay, I'm okay, that's fine. That was a standby flight. So anyway, my friend came back to the room and we had a little conversation. We had a little bit of an argument. And she goes, well, all right, then phone to see how much it is to go home. And I said, oh, I've already phoned. I think she was like quite shocked that I'd already phoned. I said, oh, I've already phoned. They said it's going to cost $100. So yeah, I just want to go home. And she was like, what? And I was just like, yeah, I want to go home. So she said, okay, then. So what we did, we got the bus back to where we were in Orlando.
Richard's mum's joined us as well. Her name's Irene. Hello, Irene.
Hi,
Thank you for joining
Irene.
us.
Thank you for joining us.
Carry on with your story.
So yeah, so we got the bus back to Orlando to near the Disney parks, and we stayed at this O'Connor Lodge, which was this budget hotel, which it cost about $25 a night. It was so cheap. I was so shocked. I was like, yep, all right, we'll stay here. And then when we were there, my friend said, do you know what? Now we're here, why don't we just stay for the 2 weeks? And I said, no, I want to go home because we weren't getting on by this point. And I was thinking about money and all of that type of stuff, and I was young in my mind. She was a lot more mature in her mind than I was. We about a year apart from each other, but she was just brought up differently, and she was just a lot more mature in her mind. And I just thought, you know what, this is all above me. It wasn't something that I was used to. So we ended up coming home 4 days early. She stayed at my place for a bit, and then she went and stayed at another friend of ours. I'm not. She was the other girl. She was a friend of mine, but I wasn't as good of friends as her as the two of them were together. So they're still in touch, by the way. I don't really keep in touch with either of them anymore. But yeah, they're still very good friends. And but yeah, that was the first time that I was actually scared. Because I just didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know what I was doing. I hadn't done. I like to do research. I like to be sure, right, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to get there, what we're going to do. And that the information wasn't available at the time.
So, zoom in. So, guys, now Kelly has told me that story before. Have you guys, going over to you, ever had one of those hairy moments whilst being abroad? Have you ever been in a situation where you think, oh my God, this is a bit weird, or just something that's weird that's happened whilst you've been on holiday? I've got nothing to top that, but it's
Evelyn's got loads of stories. When she tells me half of her stories, I'm like, what?
Evelyn, put them in the chat. Let's share them. Those that you're prepared to share.
Yeah, she's like done crazy things, and I'm like, but she didn't realize at the time what was happening. I'm just like, what?
No, we've got a few comments in here. Mark said, I saw a sleeping train in India. So yeah, I'm going to come back onto you in a second, Richard. I saw a sleeping train in India. Look awful, but you need to try it. There's a film I watched. Is it The Best Darjeeling something with Adrian Brody, where they travel across India. The whole film is basically them in this sleeper train right across India. I thought I wouldn't like it, but I actually really enjoyed it. So it would be something I would try. I know you wouldn't, but it would definitely be something I'd like to try. Eva's saying that her internet battery's going in and out. So Richard, what we were saying was as well, you were mentioning about we were talking about holidays that we would like to go to. and we mentioned about the Orient Express. We came on to you because Eva also said about the Caledonian sleeper train, but you were mentioning about a train as well.
Yeah,
You were going to do
GWR, I
GW,
think.
Great Western Railway.
Yeah, and you said, yeah, it's been a dream. Richard was saying it's been a dream of his to travel on this train, and you know, all thanks to his mother. So
Irene, well
Irene,
done.
well done. And yeah, he can't wait to go. It's been a dream of his to travel and, you know, sleep on the train and all of that type of stuff. So yeah, but it was Richard that showed me the one that I said where they were having afternoon tea on the train and stuff.
Okay.
Which I was telling Mark about, and I said that looked really interesting, and it is something that I would like to try, the afternoon tea one, definitely. And yeah, so just
have you
good on you.
any other hairy moments on holiday where you've had like that? I'm trying to think, actually, nothing comes to mind.
It's never been hairy like that, but I have been to places where, you know, we've been to someone's caravan, and that wasn't like caravans, and sort of like sleeping outside and all of that type of stuff is not really my thing, and it's not something that I've ever enjoyed.
Oh no, I think I mentioned this before on the live. Every time I've gone camping, it has bucketed down. And if anything touches the tent wall, anything like a bag or a case, it will leak right through. And that's what happened. My friend had his bag propped up against the tent. He got soaking wet. The only thing hairy that I do remember going on holiday, and this is a school trip, so this is many years ago. We went on these cable cars. This was in the Rhine Valley in Germany, funny enough, to go up the big, almost like mountains, really. And as we were going up as well, now this is 1980s sort of technology. So you're sat there in this cable car. Of course, I was my friend with me as well, and he pushed it, and the whole door went. Whee! Now I could have just jumped out and fallen right down there as well. It wasn't locked at all. So of course he thought it was fun, because I'm afraid of heights, to go, hey! And he's dangling his shoe and his foot out. He was leaning outside, and you could hear one of the teachers back. I won't say his name. Get back in! But yeah, it was that was hairy for me, because he could open the safety
It's
gate.
crazy. I mean, health and safety back in those days was just. I mean, like I was saying before about a friend of mine who went to the fun fair, and two young girls, one was joking about and all of this,
Oh yeah,
jiggled the thing, and then my friend fell from the top of the Ferris wheel down, shattered her pelvis. Shattered her pelvis.
Mark says, I don't like camping. Like my comfort. And do you know what? Actually, I didn't mind camping when I was young. So like when I was in my teenage and then early 20s. But I've got to say, Mark, like you, I don't think I could do it again. I did go camping with your nephews when they were little. Yeah. But I got hardly any sleep. It's one of those things on a rock hard floor.
I couldn't sleep because they were outside, and I just thought, oh my God, I woke up like 4 o'clock in the morning, checking outside and all of this. They were only in the back garden, but I just thought, oh. And I know my little nephew, they're both big boys now anyway, but
they were only little at the time.
They were only little at the time, and I know my youngest nephew, he didn't really want to do it, but because his brother was doing it and Mark was doing it, they just thought, oh, do you know what? I'll do it because them two are doing it. But he didn't enjoy it.
We were only camping out in the back garden, so there's nowhere even far. But it was just one of those things. It was so hard to sleep as well, because it's just a hard floor.
And Mark had bought a tent, and you didn't have sleeping bags though? You just had covers and stuff.
We just had covers and things like that. That was a bit, and also as well, it just happened to be. It was in the summer, but it was a fairly chilly night.
It was cold, I said to my youngest one, "Are you sure you want to go out? Are you sure you want to?" He goes, "Yeah," but I could tell he didn't want to. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to go.
It's just because we were there as well.
Yeah.
If it just said, I just cleared my multi-screen to the back of my phone. Yeah, that will slow it down. Kelly, get Mark to just go on the Google and read some reviews on the pink stuff. Or we will do that. We will. Oh no,
we did that the last time, so we have read it.
Oh, so Mark said, lad fell out of a ride today in America, 40 feet. Flew out of the ride. The belt didn't fasten. He ended up face down. Oh, on the news today. Where was that, Mark? Was that when you say USA? Was that in the parks, or was that on a just like a fairground ride or something? That's one of the things that always worries me about Yeah, rest in peace, that poor lad. Do you know,
Mm.
that's one of the things that always worries me about fairground rides as well, because they travel and tour. You always wonder about health and safety, because before anyone can do a check, you've moved on.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
there was a
I
water slide actually in the United States. It was the world's biggest water slide. And I did read this as well. And they tested it and tested it and tested it, but there was one fatal flaw in it which they hadn't discovered. And I think that was it. You go down on the mat, but this
Run.
kid lost the mat halfway through, and it cut his whole front. You just saw this streak of blood go down as he was going down, because you're going at such a high speed.
Yeah,
And of course, what they did, they tested it all with the mat, but they never
right.
had to. This is on the first day, but they hadn't tested what would happen if you lost the mat.
Yeah,
But of course, you go down at such a high speed. Of course, the little grooves where they've obviously they connect all
yeah.
the things as well. That cuts at that high speed.
Yeah.
So again, they had to shut it down.
There was
Oh, it was in
when
the fairground. Sorry, Mark said. That's really sad. That is really, really sad.
there was I was watching when I was watching the cruises today, because you got big slides on the cruises. There was somebody walking in the slide, checking it before the morning, before people were about to go. So you see him hunched over, walking, checking the slide before people. Yeah,
Oh my
it's
God, what a
crazy.
job!
Yeah,
What a job!
yeah, crazy. But
Uh, so Eva said, "Have you tried a static mobile home in the UK?"
yes, I didn't enjoy it.
I've never done it.
I didn't enjoy it, but I have seen there was something, there was a holiday program that was on the other day, and they did show a static home, and that one I wouldn't mind staying in. That one was so nice. It was a lovely kitchen, lovely. It was really, really nice. But I have stayed in a static home before, and it wasn't all that the one I stayed in.
So which one have you done, Eva? If you've done one, was there one you'd recommend? I have watched a couple of YouTubers actually that do review them. And there was one, I think one did, was it Pontins this guy went to,
Wow.
and he quite liked it. He quite
Yeah,
liked it. But like I said, Kelly's very much like Mark in the sense that you like your home comforts. You have to have
yeah.
your comfort.
I want the thing. I'm like this. Like a lot of people say, oh, I don't care about the room because I'm not going to stay in the room, so the room can be shit. But um, that's one thing. But when you're sleeping in that bed, I'm very much, well, I'm going to sleep in that bed, and when I'm waiting for Mark to get ready, or when he's waiting for me to get ready, I want it to be I don't want it to be, oh, there's a line of ants
Hmm.
crawling along the floor. There was one place I went with my friend, and we got the cheapest. It was like a 2-star place or something. But again, you're going for a travel agent, and this is what I'm saying. Like back in the day, you couldn't research things and book things yourself. It was all through travel agency and
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
back in
things
the
that
day. You're
things
going
like
way
this.
back now. Also, Mark said I stay in a static, but would need a hot tub. Yes, Mark. Yes.
So we went and we ended up going to Zante, and it was in this 2-star hotel. They did cook breakfast and things like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was okay, and there was a line of ants, and then my friend was like, yeah, but you gotta expect that when you're like, yeah, you gotta expect that, and I'm thinking, I
No.
don't know what holidays you have to expect that, right? Because I'm not down with them sort of holidays. I'm not down with, oh yeah, but you got to expect that. No, I want to stay in a nice hotel. I want to stay with that's something that has a nice pool. I'm not saying, oh yeah, extortionate money or whatever, but I don't feel to stay in a nice hotel you should be paying extortionate money. I think it should be reasonable money. You have your breakfast, you have your dinner or whatever, and it's a relatively nice. When we go to stay in Lanzarote, we're not staying in the most expensive hotel. When we stay at Vic San Antonio, don't get me wrong, the meals aren't all that whatsoever.
I disagree.
Yeah, but
I disagree.
right, but you don't like
I
you don't
disagree.
like quality.
Oh,
You only like
please.
quantity. So for you, of course, it's all right. For me, when I'm talking about quality of food, it's not all of that. But you have a nice terrace. The room is basic, okay, but you have a nice balcony. When you go outside, like in the hotel, there's places to sit down. There's more than enough places to be around the pool. They've got 3 pools, one for the kids, one up high, and then one low. It's right on the beach. So if you want to go and sit on the beach, you can, and all that. And then they've got a lovely little terrace where you can go. You sit down. I'll do my arrow words. It's really nice. Not the most expensive hotel. We paid, I think it was £500 for a week or something like that, with breakfast and dinner.
I do agree. Just because it's 2-star doesn't mean that can be really, really bad. I've just laughed at that. I've got to tell this story. I was watching this documentary where there was about a rock group that called Motley Crue that stayed in a hotel where there was ants, and of course they were partying with Ozzy Osbourne, and apparently Ozzy Osbourne got a straw, sniffed up these ants, and went. And of course, they're all crying on his tongue, and they got right through. I don't know why I found that hilarious. Mark was saying there's a new series on Channel 5 on Sunday that looks fun. I'd say I priced the static for a week with a hot tub and wanted £1,600. How prices have shot in the UK, £1,600 to stay with a static. Wow!
That is crazy.
You could go abroad for that.
Yeah.
You need to stay at Fri-yay. I've told you before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Mark is true actually. The Vic's bedroom. So Vic San Antonio. If anybody does go to in Lanzarote, yes, the rooms are a bit dated. They are very 1980s.
They've refurbished them.
Well, they still look 1990s.
Yeah.
The decor.
They do.
Oh, Richard's having a dinner, and Catty Cat. Is it Catty Cat? Having ice cream.
His cat is having ice cream.
Oh, Cat is having ice cream. You're giving a cat ice cream. Cats do like that though, because obviously the dairy in it.
Yeah.
Also, Aoife was saying I'd stay in. Is it Prestatin? I can't pronounce that. Prestatin.
Oh, I don't know. I can't. Yeah.
Whereabouts is that? I'll have to Google that actually. Prestatin.
Yeah. I would.
Haven Holidays.
I would stay in a static if it was nice. If it was like one of the elevated ones. But the static that I stayed in wasn't all that. It was more like a caravan.
Oh yeah, and a car is a prerequisite, as Aoife was saying as well.
Wow.
Do you know that's the thing though? But when you've got a holiday at that a static at £1,600,
you want it to be on point.
Well, think what you can do with £1,600. That's a lot of money.
You can go abroad.
Well, you can. I mean, we could probably go to Vegas, couldn't you, for that?
Yes, you can go. With the first time that Mark and I went to Vegas.
Charlie, hello.
Hey, Charlie. The first time that Mark and I went to Vegas, we stayed at the Excalibur Hotel, the one that looks like a castle. We stayed in a king room. It had 2 king-size beds in it because they didn't have any single king rooms left when we got there. And she was shocked that we were staying there for 10 nights. She goes, "Oh, you're here for 10 nights." And we were there when the boxing was on, right? That was the time that the boxing was on.
So there was a big boxing match at the time. I forget the name of the fight. And and that's why we went, why is it so busy?
Yeah.
And then because it was this boxing match on the Grand MGM. The day it ended, everyone disappeared.
Yeah.
Everybody disappeared.
It was that weekend that it was so busy. But we went for £794. That was including our flights and our transportation from the airport to the hotel and the hotel. It didn't include any meals.
Sorry, hello Charlie. I hadn't missed you there. How you doing?
Hi Charlie. It was under £800. We went for 10 nights. It didn't include any meals, but it did include our flights. It included it included flights, it included transportation, and it included our room for the whole 10 nights.
Oh, Mark said he still watches our Lanzarote videos.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, bless you. He loves them. We will go back. Our plan is to go back as well. And just a shout out as well. So Charlie has been doing his videos as well in Scunthorpe. Was it Birmingham Road you were doing in Saxby Road? I think I saw today. You just uploaded. Rich has just done his London Bridge Station one as well, which I think you did yesterday, which you uploaded. I've
not seen it, so wow.
So yeah, been upgrading those ones.
But yeah, so I feel like we went to Vegas for £1,400, or almost £1,600.
Yeah.
for combined.
Yeah.
So we paid just under £800 each. So we went to Vegas for less than it cost for that static home.
That is mad. And £1,600 in, and that's in Devon. And I know Devon is beautiful, so is Cornwall.
But how long was that for? Was that for a week? Was that for 2 weeks? Was that for a few days? Because we went for 10 nights to Vegas.
So I've just seen your other comment. Mark said I like separate bedrooms because Rob snores.
Well, you can, yeah. Well, that means you need like a 2-bedroom suite, then, isn't it? A nice little 2-bedroom suite.
So now this is what Richard saw. Just changing the subject side. So Richard said, I used the station Wi-Fi and did the vlog at the London Bridge. 7 nights that was for, 1,600. That's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot. So Richard, sorry, just going back onto that, because that's what Kelly and I were looking to do. We're looking to try and do a live in and about London. So that's what we want to do. So that's a good way, actually, if we tether a live Wi-Fi.
No, you can't, because as soon as you leave the station, the Wi-Fi would leave.
No, but you would just do it. Richard just did the live from the station.
What? So you would only do...
I need to... I'm going coughing a little bit.
Where's your fizzy water?
Downstairs.
Yeah,
My
but
God, that's so sweet. I forgot how sweet that is.
Well, that's oat milk.
Ah.
I don't know. No, because that wouldn't be feasible. So what you would do? What, a 10 or 15 minute live then in the station?
So I think Richard, you did about 8 minutes. I think your video was. It was around about 8 minutes from memory. The London Bridge station. So yeah, it was only a short.
If I was going to do a live, I want to do a
several hour one.
Yeah, well, not several hours. Well, it depends if the subject is interesting. Like if we were going to a park and you were doing a live at the park, that's different because you would want to see everything that we're doing, kind of thing, wouldn't you?
Mark said 1 bedroom and I end up on the sofa with earplugs or doubling up on my sleepers. You can laugh because that's what I tend to do as well. I will put in one thing I've got to do to go to sleep. Actually, I've got into this habit of going on YouTube and listening to like the sounds of the sea or the sounds of rain and plug my earphones in like that, and it really, really does help me get to sleep. Drowns out other noises as well. Richard was saying, good news was uploading the video after live once done. Don't wait. After an upload, it does. If you go offline, just press end vlog and upload and leave. Okay, so you can do it that way. So what Richard's saying is you would just go on there as well. And even if it cuts out, you can then just press upload and then do it that way.
No, my point is, if you can only do the live as long as there is Wi-Fi. If you're still on thing and you leave the station, the Wi-Fi is gone because you've left the station. So it's not going to stay with you.
No, of course, no. I think what Richard's saying, he stays in the same place.
Yeah. But, I mean, there are very rare places other than the station that you will get free Wi-Fi.
I'm just trying to think.
And then on top of that, it has to be strong enough.
Yeah, we'll have to stand outside of Starbucks.
Yeah, could you imagine just like standing outside? And that's only if the Wi-Fi is strong enough. Because when we were doing... So when we're in the Disney parks, the Wi-Fi is quite strong. So you can... Because I was doing video calls. But when I went to Universal... The Wi-Fi was so weak. You couldn't do any video calls at all.
That was the thing. So when we were in the parks, I thought this is going to be really good quality. It's being Disney, it's going to be great quality. Oh my God, that Wi-Fi was terrible.
Disney was fine. It was Universal.
Oh, Universal. Sorry, Universal was terrible. I thought with it being
was really bad.
It was really weak.
Yeah.
You could just about get. We're zooming back in. Just about get a signal. Aoife said, my leisure home sells static mobile homes in a park for anything between 24,000 to 100,000. Oh, wow. Well, that's if you want to buy one.
Right.
Mark said, snorers are so selfish. Mark, I could not agree more. You're there.
There's always singledom, Mark.
I'm sitting there.
There's always singledom.
You see how Marks have to suffer. Poor anyone with the name of Mark has to just suffer. There's nothing worse. You're sitting there like this, and then someone's loving a lovely sleep. They're enjoying it whilst they're drilling away. Aoife said, always in North Wales.
We live in a 3-bedroom house, by the way.
North Wales. Prestatin. My leisure home sells static homes for 24,000 to 100,000 via YouTube.
Okay.
That's what Aoife was saying. Richard said, my point is, live via Wi-Fi when end the video, press upload in private and say it's your progress upload. and that does it by itself. I tried it, gotten home and found upload complete and edited once home. Okay.
Yeah, because after you've done a live, you can edit it if you want to. But once you've done, so like, but my only bugbear with when you do a live, let's say, say on our video, right, we decide we're going to review, let's say we're going to review this Starbucks, right? So in this portion of the video of our live, we're going to review this Starbucks. After we've reviewed the Starbucks, and then we continue on to a different subject, when you then go to edit it in after the live in YouTube, you can't split the video. It will only allow you to edit that video. You can't split the video in two, let's say. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
So you're taking a portion out of the review and you want that as a separate video.
Yeah, but I think what Rich is saying is because he was only intending to do the one video.
Yeah. I know you're but that is my point. So when you do the one video, you can only do it in the one place that has the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, but what I'm saying is for us, Richard's one was an 8-minute video,
Yeah.
right? We normally do a video that's, well, actually we do a lot of footage and then we condense it into half an hour, right? Because you don't want to see all the bits in between of the walking and this and the that and the other. But we wouldn't do, there isn't anywhere we visit that has free Wi-Fi unless you're going to do it in a Starbucks or unless you're going to do it in a train station.
So I like the live aspect of Richard's ones because Richard, you did one where you were on the tube.
Yeah.
And I was on there and I hadn't been on the underground for a while. So you think, oh gosh, it's quite comforting.
Yeah,
because you hear the tube going around.
You also were on the, weren't you on the tube Wi-Fi as well? Because the tube has Wi-Fi now, doesn't it?
Well,
not all of them.
Not all of it. And
yeah.
I find it dreadful. I've tried to log on to it. It just doesn't work for me.
But that's what Richard, because you wouldn't get a signal in the tube. So Richard must have done it on the tube's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so, you see how us Marks suffer. Mark, I feel your pain. I feel the pain.
You're about to get some pain in a minute. and then you will be able to relate.
Yeah, exactly.
And you will be able to
run,
relate.
Mark, run. It's too late for me, but save yourself.
But yeah, I think that yeah, I think we have to get a mobile Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so again, this is what basically we're spitballing a little bit.
Yeah.
Here. What we're trying to do is just figure a way, because you guys must be sick of seeing our bedrooms all the time. So we are going to try and figure out a way, hopefully by the summer when it's nice and warm, that we can actually do some lives in central London so you can see what's out and about.
Yeah, but I also want to do some lives that are just people wouldn't necessarily see. That's why we need but I don't want to reveal it. I don't want to reveal what we potentially
that is a
do.
TV behind us. So this is how bad it is, right? We bought this in a cell. This is actually a TV bed, right? And it was in the cell, and it's in the cell. I didn't realize until I purchased it for a reason. I thought, God, that's so cheap for a TV bed. The bloody TV is stuck. It will not go down in the thing.
No, that's not strictly
true.
No,
sorry, it's the wrong size.
It's the wrong size.
So
exactly.
we bought the TV with it. I got the wrong size, so I have to keep it permanently up, which is annoying. Because the idea is it should go back down as well.
Yeah. The problem was we could have bought one the same size, but we never did. So they only do a certain size for a period because they update TVs and stuff all the time. So at the time that I did find the correct TV.
PMSL.
Yeah. But we didn't buy one at the time. So this TV is from when I was living at my old address. So while I was living there, so we brought the TV with us because I intended to have it in the bedroom anyway. I was going to put it on the dress. I was going to put it right here where we've got the laptop now. And then I said, you know what about Mark suggested a TV bed because then he wanted the TV to go down. I said, all right, cool. But the TV doesn't come with the bed. So you have to buy the TV separately. So when we got the bed, we found out the measurements. And I said to Mark, okay, here are the TVs. They're about between £300 and £500 at the time, I think. But we never bought it. So while we never bought it, we thought, okay, well, let's put this TV in, which was my TV from my old address. but the TV is too big for this bed. So we tried it, and it does go in, but you can hear it is scraping against something. Like,
Yeah, against the thing. And also, this is a it was the other reason why it was cheap is it's because it's an old one. It's designed for an old TV. Well, I say old TV, an old flat screen TV.
Yeah, an old flat screen.
So,
TV.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm afraid you have.
So
to,
it has to be out because we didn't buy the correct TV.
So you'll get used to our idiosyncrasies here. I bet you're looking at us going, "What weirdos!" And we are, to be fair.
I don't mind being a weirdo.
Richard said, "London Bridge. I did a vlog whilst I was there. First time doing it. Oh wow!
Wow, okay.
A live vlog from London Bridge. See, Richard, you're ahead of us.
Yeah.
That's what we want to get to.
Yeah.
Eva said, Mark and Kelly, have a look at my leisure home on YouTube. All right, we'll check that out. She also said, I snort having a twice broken nose repaired.
Oh dear.
I know what you can, because it's a septum. Is it the septum it's called? That?
Deviated septum.
Yeah.
It would be deviated septum.
My friend had that. He used to play rugby and he got his nose broke a couple of times. And I think then he said he started to snort, but he really struggled to breathe. Mine
is because of my back palate, because my back palate is quite loose. So there are exercises that you can do. Obviously, being overweight doesn't help. But it's when the snoring occurs because my back palate is loose. So while the air tries to push through, because your back palate, once you go to sleep, your back palate relaxes, and it's the flapping that causes the snoring. But when you do vocal exercises or throat exercises, it actually tightens it up. But the problem is when you relax it loosens. But obviously as well, gaining weight, it doesn't help.
Damn that back palate. Damn that back palate. That's all I can. Damn that back palate. Yeah, I thought you said nose. Don't worry. I thought you meant nose. Yeah. Mark said Rob snores because he sleeps on back and a bit overweight and drinks.
Right. So I don't drink.
No.
And I do sleep on my side, but even though I sleep on my side, it's because the back palate is loose.
That's a deadly three-way combo there for snoring. I bet if he has a cold as well.
Yeah, if you're bunged up. And I'm not supposed, I believe, because dairy causes a lot of mucus, I'm sure I'm not supposed to be consuming dairy, and I love chocolate and I love frappuccinos and things like that. But although I have been swapping to oat milk lately, for frappuccinos.
But that makes no difference when you see the amount of drizzle that's on that. But
what's drizzle got to do with?
We're trying to go healthy.
We were talking about milk.
Oh, dairy. I see. Sorry. Well, apparently there's dairy in the drizzle as well.
There is dairy.
So that's why also that as well.
There is dairy.
Where? Oh, so Charlie said he did a video of Hessel. I've not seen that actually. Your Hessel video.
Wow.
You did Birmingham Road, Saxby Road. Is it Saxby Road? And you also did the Arc Westcliff as well. But I think that was the ones you were doing. But yeah, what was that one like, the Hessel one? I'll have to check that one out. Eva said, Mark, I also have weight. We all have a bit of weight, don't we?
Have a bit of weight.
Richard said, I've been doing a vlog. It's the biggest challenge I've ever done. It's churches and cathedrals, as many as you can. Oh, wow. I found some, oh my God, wow things. Do you know what? I would imagine that actually going into churches as well. Got such history. And then when you look at who's buried in some of these churches as well, you really can see the history on it. I know you did a vlog on trains. You did some on trains recently on one of your vlogs. I'm going to check it in a second, actually, because you were doing it. Let me have a quick look.
I feel like I've got a favourite, Westminster Cathedral. I really, really like it. I can't tell you the reason why, but whenever I pass it or whatever, I really do like it.
And Mark said, Kelly, you're still selfish for snoring. Poor Mark, what you must be going through. I soldier on, Mark.
What I must be going through.
I soldier on, Mark. I soldier on. You have my condolences as well, because I do empathise. From, let's call us Snories, the one that receive it, from Snorri to Snorri. But luckily,
it's going to be second bedroom to second bedroom in a minute.
There we are. But as well, but I know it's not Kenny's watch because you can't help it. It's one of those things. There's nothing you can do. Richard said the funniest church was called Without Aldgate, and it's not in Aldgate, but nowhere. That always makes you think with Leeds Castle, because Leeds Castle's in Kent. It's not in Leeds, but it's called Leeds Castle. So it's funny actually when you get something that's not in there.
I want to do a quick review. So it's only because you said Leeds Castle, right? So
Review of the week.
This is a review on. So I'm thinking about starting a review channel anyway. But I just wanted to discuss. I will try not to do any spoilers if you haven't seen it already. But I watched The Last Kingdom, and it was.
Sorry, just the TV series, not the film.
Yeah,
there is a film called.
There is a film called, but this is a series called The Last Kingdom, and it's a story about the Danes and the British. What was it? What do they call him? The King, whatever the Great, King Richard the Great? No,
Alfred the Great.
King Alfred the Great. Right. So and it sort of focuses on how he became king. Obviously, some of them are fictitious. Some of the characters in there are fictitious, and then some of the characters are real. And you meet this young boy called Osbert. He was christened Osbert, and he has an older brother, Uhtred, and the father's name is Uhtred. So you have the father, you have the older son, and you have the younger son, the brother, Osbert. Now I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler alert here.
Don't give spoilers, but somebody might want to watch this.
Okay, watch it. Well, now I can't.
Well, no, you can't.
But anyway, all right.
You've got to learn to give a review without spoilers.
Okay,
that's like giving a review of something and just say, "Oh, by the way, and the butler does it."
Okay, so that is not quite the story, but okay. Osbert then is rechristened Uhtred, right? So now he is now Uhtred, and he grows up to be this really fierce warrior, but he finds himself that his life or his actions are never his own.
Right.
So you follow him throughout history and how it because apparently Uhtred did exist, but he existed after King Alfred. So he did exist, but it was later on. And apparently I was reading somewhere that the author was related to Uhtred.
Oh, is this why he did it? He wrote it.
Well, yeah. Although Uhtred is still a fictitious character, he changed, I think, from his position of history to another position in history.
Okay.
But it is really. I watched all 5 seasons, so I think it started in something like 2015.
Now, Mark said he didn't watch The Last Kingdom, but watched the series of Vikings, which was fantastic.
Right. I'm going to watch the Vikings one, but this one, The Last Kingdom, was really good. And Alex Draymond was the main character. And then I'm going to tell you a few characters to watch out for, and I can't remember all of their actual real names, but Breda, she's a really good actress. And then you have the guy who plays Uhtred, the main character. He's a really good actor as well. And then you have the Alfred's nephew, who was meant to be the real king, but then isn't the real king. And you really an actor's really good, right, when they play a character that is unlikable, and you don't like the actor, you don't like the character, but then an actor is doing his job well. Because it's easy to play the hero and it's easy to play the likable character, but to be true to a character that people do not like you because you're doing devious things or whatever is a real art. And you really dislike the character, and you really do, and you like him in some parts, and you think he's a comedic relief, and then there are other parts, and you just think that little why hasn't someone killed him yet? And you can't kill off them characters early because it's the struggle that keeps you hooked.
So Mark said, "I'll give The Last Kingdom a bash later." Are they Danes?
Yes. Yes.
So we've got a few. So I've got a few comments while you've been doing your little review. Richard said the funniest church was. Oh no, we've done the funniest church. He said you should explore the stations on the trams. Well, funny enough, Richard, actually, because we're not a million miles away from Croydon, which is obviously famous for the tram. So we must check that out actually. So the trams in obviously South London, coming up to not Middlesex. Sorry, which is where Croydon is. Mark said, oh, Charlie said, I just posted my videos today. Go check those out. That's the ones I was talking about. So you did from Scunthorpe. You did, was it Burham Lane? Hang on. Yeah, Birmingham Lane. Birmingham Road and Saxby Road. That was it, sorry. Saxby Road. Yeah, check out Charlie's videos. Now, Eva said, Kelly, try a supported pillow lengthways on your side and elevate the airway. That might help.
Yeah, it might.
Anyway, sorry, I was just reading the comments out while you, because there was a few there when you were doing.
Yeah. No, I'm just thinking about the elevated pillow. Yeah. So if you get a chance, watch The Last Kingdom. I have also been watching Lock and Key. I like it, but I feel like I know something is good when you keep thinking about once it's ended, and you keep thinking about the program. And the thing that affected me most was The Last Kingdom. So it is really one to watch. And it's sad in places and it's funny in other places. And there isn't going to be a sixth season. However, they are going to do a film.
No, we've had a request.
Oh.
Richard has said, I'd like to see you do a Harry Potter London tour. I'd be happy to share locations. Well, now that's interesting as well. So by that, funny enough, Richard, we've kind of done it, but on several different videos.
Yeah, across some different. Yeah.
We've never done one as a video, and that's actually a really good tour. Yeah, if you could actually drop us a thing on the locations, some ideas, we will look into that.
Yeah, because we showed Leadenhall Market.
Yeah.
Which is where he goes to the Three Broomsticks. He goes through to Three Broomsticks into not Hogsmeade.
Empty.
No, because it's here. This is the castle.
Yeah, just to get you in the Harry Potter theme. There you go. Kelly's little montage to Hogwarts. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so so we went there, and then we also went to Borough Market. And if you've watched our videos where we go to Universal Studios, or is it Islands of Adventure? I always get mixed up. I think it might be Islands of Adventure. No, it's Universal Studios. Sorry. So if you watch our Universal Studios video, you'll see that we go into Diagon Alley, and to the right of Diagon Alley, where you see Celestina. She's one of the singers in the Universal Studios. You can hear the trains and stuff, and it's sort of based on Borough Market, and it's got the colouring of Borough Market. But to actually go into the Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade, and I'm saying Hogsmeade because I'm trying to remember, is the Three Broomsticks in Hogsmeade, which I believe it is, and not in Diagon Alley. You go through the wall. Do you go through the wall to get to the Three Broomsticks? Yeah. And I'm just trying to think. And they do that at Leadenhall Market, which when we are on our way to the Sky Garden, we actually go through Leadenhall Market to show you that is the way to get to the Three Broomsticks.
There you are. So there you go. But I think that is a very good idea for a video, actually, because we can actually show it in one. Yeah. So maybe potentially filming locations, because a lot was filmed in London. And I know the difficult bit will be getting to Scotland, because Scotland's actually got the aqueducts. That's the famous aqueduct, where obviously you see the Hogwarts Express go to Hogwarts. Yeah, actually, I've got a couple of ideas, actually, that could be quite good. So thank you, Richard. We shall brew those ideas. Kelly's brain will come up with something very, very good, I'm sure, but you'll definitely think of something. I've got an idea in mind, but it would have to be filmed over several months. Yes, it probably would do, actually. So if we were to get all the locations in, just purely because of their distance, But yeah, if you do get a chance, do check out our Harry Potter studio tour. We did it in 3 parts, so part 1 to 3, just purely because there was so much on the Harry Potter Universal's tour. It was so much to see. We
Yeah.
broke it into 3 parts. Richard said part of Forbidden Forest was filmed in Epping Forest, but Loughton is location. I go there every week. Yes, I know you do, because I've seen some of your videos there. But the place they filmed the forest took storm damage. Oh, that's a shame. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, I saw where you did the trees had fallen. I remember watching your video where you were showing that trees had fallen after Hurricane Eunice and whatever hurricane there was.
It was Hurricane Eunice, but there was another
And
one
then
straight afterwards, which I
yeah.
have to get the name of.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very good idea. And Leadenhall Market, of course.
Yeah.
Which is
the one I said, which is 3 broomsticks.
That's the one. That's the one. So I was getting them mixed up with the other ones.
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
But Leadenhall Market's fantastic. That looks exactly like, well, obviously that they didn't need to do any changes to that because it's so.
Well, yeah, and I was in Leadenhall Market the other day, and there's a little shop that I went into. I went in to buy some water, and he charged me £1, and I said to him, "Oh, I'm obviously everywhere you go now, you're paying by card." And he said to me, "Oh, £2 minimum on the card." I said, "Never mind." Then he goes, "All right, then I'll let you." But in his window, he's actually got where Harry Potter was filmed.
Like, oh, really?
This is where Harry Potter was filmed, which it was, yeah. But there's a lot of building work going on there at the moment.
Oh yeah, that's a shame.
There's building work going on there. They're doing a lot of work there. So
yeah, we'll try and do it when all the scaffolding's down. So we don't want to do that because it kind of ruins the effect of it.
Yeah, but it's right by. If anybody is ever there, if you wanted to combine 2 things, it's right by Sky Garden. So if you wanted to take a walk around Leadenhall, and Leadenhall Market now is full of. When I was there, like years and years ago, Leadenhall Market was dead. There was about 2 shops. There was a Waterstones there. I think across from Waterstones there might have been an Oasis, and there was a Hobbs, and then there was a pen shop of some sort. That was it. There was nothing there before. And now there's bars there, there's restaurants there. They've like put things where you can now sit down on the cobbled. So when you see it in Harry Potter, I think it's in the first one, that's how it's always been. There's never been anything there. Now when you go there, you'd be lucky. It's always packed. There's people there all the time.
Richard said, "I read the book, The Cursed Child." Oh my God, nice to know a huge spoiler. You'll know the spoiler because you would have read it. The Cursed Child.
I watched the show. I didn't read the book.
Oh no, of course. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting mixed up as well. Yeah, so Kelly actually went. Have you just read the book, Richard? Or are you going to go and see the play as well? Because it's actually over 2.
It's over 2. Yeah,
2 days, isn't it?
It's not 2 days. So basically, it's a matinee and an evening, but you can split it over 2 days. So like you can, they'll do it like part 1, part 2, and then you can split it however you want to split it. The thing was, I didn't bother reading the script because I was going to see the show, and the script is the show basically.
Yeah,
it's a shame that J.K. Rowling didn't do the book for The Cursed Child, and she didn't do a book for Fantastic Beasts. So they're just scripts. So
well, you never know. In the future, she may do.
She may do, but I think because of Harry Potter, the books came out first.
Because the other one she did was The Christmas Pig, which is quite recent. You haven't read that?
No, I haven't read that yet. So with the Harry Potter books, when you read the books and you watch the film, if that is indeed the order that you did that, you won't enjoy the films as much as you enjoy the books. So I think specifically the reason why she's done the scripts is so that you can enjoy the film for what it is and not compare it to the book. And that is why you only get them as scripts, I believe.
Charlie was just saying he's just created some more videos. You can check them out. I hope you like the videos you created. I did check out a couple actually. That was the Birmingham and the Selby Road ones. But I will have a look at some of the other ones you've done because I know you've done quite a few uploads.
Wow, wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow.
exactly. So we unite, and obviously all around Scunthorpe as well. But yeah, no, we will look at that as well. Doing the videos for the Harry Potter locations
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, if you do treat yourself, Richard, if you do get a chance, go and see the play because you recommend it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's amazing the way that they do the magic. It's really, really good. It's very impressive. Very impressive.
And very difficult to do on stage.
Yeah, very difficult to do on stage. My friend and I'm always one for sitting in stall seats. I'm not one for sitting up in balconies and things like that. Not that there's anything wrong. It's just that I always prefer the stall seats. It's the pit. It's where that used to be back in the day, where all the peasants used to be, all the cheap people who couldn't afford to sit in the balconies and things like that. And the reason why the royalty or the boxes are on that side is not so that royalty can watch the show, it's so that everybody can watch royalty. That's the why. So when you have those boxes up there, you don't get good views of the stage.
Oh, we've got somebody new. So Fox River Bushcraft has joined us.
Hello.
Hello. He said, hello, everybody, from outdoorsman Fox River Bushcraft, self-taught survivalist on YouTube.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow,
And he's
wow.
watching us from the USA.
Wow.
Welcome. Really nice to see you as well. Whereabouts in the US are you from? Thank you for joining us. Right. Well, I'm very interested. So I'm going to have to check out your YouTube channels as well for self-survivalist. Fox River Bushcraft.
Charlie, it's like Bear Grylls. Have you ever heard of Bear Grylls? In UK, we've got someone called Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls had a show in the US.
Oh, did he?
It went to the US, and one of the people he did it with is when he was President Obama.
Oh,
President
yeah,
Obama was one of the people who did the things with him, but Channing Tatum was another one. There was quite a few.
Zac Efron was another one. Yeah.
So Illinois, USA. Nice meeting you. Lovely to meet you as well.
Lovely to see you.
Love the grills. Great show.
Yeah. I really like him. I think he's great. He used to take. I think at one point when he used to do it, wasn't it? He took normal people first, and then he started taking celebrities.
Yeah,
and then he went over to the States and started taking celebrities in the States.
So another one he did here as well. Was a survival island, which is he put celebrities on an island. And then do them survive. Of course, you've got the whole camera crew there and everything as well.
Yeah.
And it was a bit sus because like they go, oh, we found this fishing net. I thought, where did you find the fishing net? So things like that. Charlie said, I don't have 340 videos. Has all the videos I've been doing and see how many I've done. So many videos in total. That's really good.
Wow, that's really good.
That's really, really good. My new favorite show is Alone on History Channel. Okay.
Oh,
not heard of that. We do have the History Channel because we've got Sky.
Do you know the ones I like? Drunk Histories.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
I really like it's when basically
I don't like that.
A celebrity drinks until they're drunk, and then they explain a point in history. They'll tell you about a story about a point in history. And like some of them are really funny, and I really do enjoy it. But I only enjoy some comedians. I don't enjoy all comedians.
I do what it is. For me, it's more about them than the history bits. I was just like I wasn't too enamored by that.
I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, there we go. Fox, you've already got a subscriber already.
Wow.
So Charlie's just subscribed to you.
Well, there you go.
Drunk historian, Mark said.
Yeah. I really like it. Well,
So,
I think it's funny.
so Fox River Bushcraft, are you a bit of a history buff as well, or is it mainly you're into the survival guides and things like that? Rich has said, you've seen my vids and says in the title RA, there are a number. That's the number of the. I did see that, Richard, actually, because you've got several that begin with RA. Because you had RA, was it 209? I think. Hang on, I've got your thing up here. Yeah, RA10, RA11, RA1290. That was it. Lots of interesting trains.
So does that mean, does your numbers then correlate to a series of videos or just the number of videos that you've done in total?
It's almost, do you know what? It reminds me a bit like Star Trek when they go Captain's Log, 31619. It's almost like that when you're doing Richard's Adventures. So I'm assuming RA is Richard's Adventures, and then you've got the number after that as well. Brilliant.
So Fox, do you only sort of
King Europe? Hello.
Hey, King Europe, it's been a while. How are you?
Really good to see you. You're okay?
So Fox, do you only is that your only interest, like outdoor survival? What are your other interests? What do you like to do
Well,
in your spare time?
he's just responded. So 10 people compete for $500,000 prize. Last man standing takes the prize alone.
Oh wow.
Longest to survive in the wilderness wins. Right. So it is very much. So you're
Oh,
into that
wow.
survival type thing.
Do you know what? First of all, I'd be quite scared. That's the first thing. And I don't think I would have it in me to do the survival. I remember, what's the one where the celebrities get together and they are put in, they have to go and survive on an island.
Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Survival Island.
Oh, is that what it
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
And they have to build their own hut
Yeah, that's Survival
and
Island.
all of this sort of stuff. And I'm just thinking, oh, I'd be miserable. And it was raining. Like the girl from what's her name was in it, and I just thought, I don't know why she signed up to it.
Kelly would just be lying on the beach. Can tell me when it's done.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, right, yeah. She was from the Pussycat Dolls, right? And she was on.
She goes on everything.
She was on there, right? And I just thought to myself, like, she didn't help or anything. And I just thought, why did you sign up for this? There was just no.
Why did you sign up for this?
There was no point. There's other ways to make that, but there was no point for her to be on it at all. It was silly.
King, you're up. No, don't worry. I know you're a bit late. Doesn't matter. You're never listen. You are never late for a live. That's why we do them for so long, so you can just join in when you are.
Join in when you
really
can.
Good to see you though.
Yeah.
Well. And what have you been up to? Anything exciting?
Yes.
Richard said the cat snoring. Fox River Bushcraft has said, "Love the outdoors." I can tell.
Yeah. There's one. Do you know what? I don't know what the name is, but there's a guy. And he does like this cooking channel, but all of his cooking is outside. He doesn't talk or anything like that, but it's him and his dog, and he just does all the cooking like outside. Like he's chopping on a bit of wood and all of this, and his dog's just sitting there while he's doing all the cooking and everything else. But it's just captions and cooking outside. That looks quite good actually. I would like to go outside if someone's going to cook me a really nice meal. But it's not going to be me that's doing the cooking, but to watch someone do the cooking and stuff like that, it's really quite interesting. But I am not a lover of the great outdoor. Have you seen that film, The Great Outdoors, with Uncle Buck? I think that's hilarious. But I feel like the great outdoors is not for me. It's just like too.
Oh, and Mark was talking about Ray Mears. Yes, Ray Mears as well was really, really good. I did watch him actually quite a few times. Ray Mears is a survivalist. He was kind of before Bear Grylls. So yeah, he's also a slightly older guy, but he talks about surviving.
Is he a British guy or
an
British
American
guy?
No, British guy.
Really?
British guy. Got sort of short cropped hair, but he's not. Bear Grylls was not is more famous.
Right.
But yeah, I was gonna say, I just saw your channel there. Actually, we're just looking at it now. You've got some fantastic things here.
I haven't got my glasses.
Bushcraft log cabins. Quite a few of those actually. How you're doing it as well. Your DIY camp, and you got got some beavers actually chewed on your cabin. Oh my word!
There was one guy that I was watching. He's an American guy. I don't know what part he's from, and he sets up these like cameras to watch these animals, and then he'll go and put something like a pizza in the middle of the wood, and then watches what animals comes to eat the pizza, or he'll set up like honey something or other and watches the animals to see which one. And like one time there was a bear that came out from out of nowhere. And then another time there was these raccoons that came out from out of nowhere and all of this to sort. And then sometimes people just the animals just breeze past. They're not touching it or anything. It's just really quite interesting.
King Europe said, not been up to anything exciting. Speaking of reality TV, I hope I'm a Celebrity isn't in Wales this year, as it feels too much like they film in the studio. Apparently it's not going to be. They're back in Australia because of the conditions have been lifted, and only recently so. They do have permission apparently to go back to Australia. Now that may change if the pandemic changes, but hold that thought, it's on. Mark said Ray sat there cooking with dog and shorts on British. Richard said weather is a bit odd. Hit during the day, it's nippy at night. Well, do you know what? Actual fact, for the UK, this is amazing. It shouldn't be anywhere near these level temperatures.
Yeah.
Fox was saying, yeah, ace videos.
Yeah.
Oh, and Charlie's just done his download, so we'll check those out. Actually, Charlie, we're gonna have a little
Mm.
look at those if you've done some more at the moment. I'm just gonna do a refresh.
Yeah, because there's been quite a few.
Oh yeah, you have Humber Bridge, Hull River Infirmary, St Andrews Quarry Retail. You've done quite a few.
Mm.
Oh wow, Costa Coffee and KFC. And now I can see the Humber Bridge now. That's come up.
But I feel like, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I've watched a couple of, the nighttime animal videos where to see like, oh, who's gonna come out, who's gonna, and I feel like they're quite interesting to see what nature will come out and sort of, and what other sort of, because you see, first of all, you see these eyes. That's the first thing that you see, but you don't. And some of them attack the camera.
No, I know.
Some of these animals like really attacks the camera.
King Europe said we've had an amazing 2 weeks of weather in the UK for March. At least, totally agree with you. This, I even 2 years ago, March was cold, but we had an amazing April and May.
Yeah.
I've not known for a long time a March like this.
Yeah.
Fox said, cheap out Alone on History Channel. Sometimes you'll love it. Check out Alone. Sorry, Alone. You'll love it. I believe there are 7 seasons. Right, we will check that. Gonna go, Richard. Take care. Have a great evening. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, Richard. Thank you.
So what's the weather like now, Fox, in America?
In Illinois.
I was gonna say, and do you find our accents really weird?
Do you know what? I've never really been to Illinois. I mean, I've heard anytime when I was a lot younger, and you'd be watching whatever shows like young kid shows and all that, there would always be someone in the audience go, oh yeah, I'm from blah 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 Illinois and all of this. So you always hear Illinois, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know like what is it like? Is it quite a lot of wilderness there, or is it built up city, or what? I don't know what it's like at all, actually.
Fox said, are you in the United Kingdom? I said, yeah. You could probably tell by our accents. Yeah, so we are in London.
Yes.
We're southeast London, so that's where we are beaming from.
It's night time here.
Yeah, exactly. So hence all the lights on at the moment.
Yeah.
Excuse our bad bedroom. And Mark's just signed up to you as well.
Oh.
As well. We'd be interested actually as well. That must be really fascinating. I am going to watch your videos, so I'm very interested.
Most definitely.
What's fantastic when we've been to the United States is just how different every area is. It's almost like a different country, each state. Obviously being one big country. Fox said, just getting out of winter, things are starting to warm up. We've had in the UK, actually, it's very unusual for the UK to have this warmer weather. It's been really warm, actually.
Yeah.
Alicia, hello.
Hey, Leash.
Alicia's joined us.
It's unusual for London.
Yeah, very much.
I don't know how it's been in other parts of the country, but in London, it's very unusual in March to have such good weather. And it's not. I'm not saying it was brilliant weather, but you don't. When I walked in the mornings, the last couple of mornings, I've not needed a coat or anything. I've just walked, and then
Oh, so Mark's saying it's been 18 degrees where he is. I think it got up to 20 here. But
on Wednesday, like 19, 20 on Wednesday, it's very nice.
It's exceptionally warm. No, I was going to say, so I've not been to Illinois. I'd love to go. We've been to quite a few places in the US, but Illinois is not one of them.
Yeah, not a few places, but we've been to what, 3 maybe?
Well,
we
kind of go to
3.
3. We go to the touristy places really. So we end up going to Florida, and we've been to New York, and we've been to Vegas. But we should do a bit more exploring.
Yeah.
We are good, Alicia. How are you? All well with you?
Hey, Lish. Evelyn was on earlier. I don't think she's on anymore.
No,
but she was on earlier. Yeah. But we definitely want to try different places in the States. We were talking about it today, like trying different places once things calm down.
Yeah.
Because your brother is in the States, but he's gone to all the.
Yeah, he's got pretty much everything. He would have gone to Illinois. He said Illinois is nice.
I mean, he's been everywhere now.
And also as well, like I said, I'm imagining vast wilderness, so you can actually do your survival things right there.
Yeah.
And the video, but I will check your video out. I'll be watching that later.
Yeah.
Because I'm very interested in seeing how you're doing your DIY.
I'm not going to be trying any of the survival stuff, by the way, because I'm a bit too much.
Oh, I think you should do. I want to see Fox's. So I'm gonna say, having a quick look. You've done a lot of your DIY cabin out in the wilderness.
Oh wow!
So that would be quite good. Look,
Yeah.
all the building of the cabin. He's got the bushcraft log here.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite a bit, actually. There was one YouTube, actually, I was watching. Mark's asking, what is Illinois famous for?
Yeah, what is Illinois famous for?
And let's Google. So it's really nice, actually, to have someone.
Yeah, to have someone like, and to be able to chat and say, well, what is your area like? Like, what is it like over there? But yeah, so we're based in London, but we like to travel and we like to have different foods and things like that. So definitely, we're interested in travel and stuff like that.
I didn't realize. So of course, Chicago is in Illinois. Well, it was lovely meeting you all. I have to run. I'll see you next time. Much love, everybody, so much. Check out the bushcraft chair. I like that one too. Bye, we've got to run. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
There we are. We've got somebody new from Illinois.
Yeah, crazy.
You know, me and Eve got to support you. You're going to get us some food and look forward to this weekend. No, we definitely will do, actually.
Yeah.
We're going to do. So what have
guys... Well, I'm getting some food with you tomorrow. You get me.
What have you guys got planned for the weekend? Anything? Yeah. Anything exciting to do?
What's everyone doing?
Oh, I know. I don't. This weekend, I'm not sure what we're going to do. We must get some videos edited.
Yeah, I think maybe you could edit some videos tomorrow when I'm out, because I'll be out tomorrow.
Oh yes, yeah. That's true.
So you could edit.
I was going to do some college work, but I was going to. Yeah, I might.
Well, you could do college work in the day, right?
No, because I'm doing work in the day.
Yeah, but how long is your work going to take you?
A few hours. Oh, but I shall have a little stab at doing. Whoop, says Alicia. Well, so we do want to return and do. So we got the Blacklock video that we were going to do. So Blacklock is out.
Yeah, that was my intention to edit that today, but I got caught up doing a few other things, so I didn't get a chance to edit it properly. But although before we came on, I did watch The Chase, because you know me and my Chase. I like to watch The Chase. And they won today, so it was really good. They took on the Chaser, but there was one guy, and he'd been on Mastermind several times, and when the Chaser came out, she offered him 26,000. He had got 6,000 in the cash builder. This is for the people that watch the Chaser. You'll know what I'm talking about. But he didn't go for the high offer, and she said, oh, I see you've been on Mastermind, and he'd been on a couple of other things, and he was really good at the quiz, like really good. So when it came to doing the answering the questions, they had a full house, and they had 4,500 each. Basically, they would, if they won the money, they would have got 4,500 each. And they answered 20 questions, but because there's 4 of them, they have 4 blank ones. So they move up forward. So basically, all in all, they had 24 questions. And you normally need about 21, 22 to beat the Chaser. So once they had 24 questions, I thought the Chaser's not going to catch them.
Mark said I could do food now. I've got nothing planned. Rob's on a 24-hour shift, so I might go to the shops.
Do you know what? I'm while we were doing the thing, I was thinking, oh, do you know what? I'm a little bit hungry. What can I go downstairs and eat?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little snack. Guys, it's been amazing. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Bungas.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I think we're going to end it there. We've been going for nearly 2.25 hours.
Wow.
So thank you so much for joining us again. That's it from the Mark and Kelly's trips, tips and things for this week. But we will be back Tuesday, 6 p.m. UK time, as always. Until then, look after yourselves. Have a fantastic weekend. And remember, you're never too old to have fun. If you do want to contact us, our contact details are in the main page.
On the About page.
On the About page, sorry. So if you do want to get in touch with us, until then, stay safe, look after yourselves, and we will see you in the next live. Bye for now.
Bye for now.